wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit, I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant, I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip, you choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. Oh, I feel like
we're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning.
Welcome in. I know two guys not tired of winning. It's Ramon Scott and MMA Jeff joining up for Dana White Contender Series. Season 9, Week 1, boys. We're here. We made it. Feels like we just had a UFC stream, doesn't it? Oh, we did. That's right. We did. Dana White Contender Series is popping off. It's a 5-bout event culminating with, I'm not sure how to say that guy's name. I know Santana. I can say Santana. Bufaya. I'm not sure. But we were fortunate enough to have Ramon Scott and VB MMA break down these cards for us on Sunday night. Hopefully you guys were able to check it out. Ramon Scott, how you doing?
Real great, Mike. Yeah, we're here to say the top prospects in the world. I guess that's how it's supposed to be portrayed. Another season of Contender Series here. I've got to replace some of these bums, I guess. But I don't know. Like we've talked about, we want more striking. We want more action. They even tried to tell the judges how to judge it. I don't know if that was good for better or worse last week, but tried to get them on the same page. It sucks for a guy who bleeds a lot, but I'm just talking about now the youth in general. They're all rich now, apparently, but we'll see. We got these 5 fights on the card, and I'll preview them with you, and I'll try to pick some winners. I'm looking at what you guys have. Should be a fun show here. We're not here. It's not long. We don't have to worry about that. We're going to get them in, get them out here with our 5 fights tonight.
What do they say? We're not here for a long time, but we're here for the best time. I got one of the best guys to do it with here at MMA, Jeff. Jeff, you came off a heater for a weekend. How you feeling?
Yeah, it was a pretty solid weekend. We 7-2 over the course of it, and had the losers were a parlay and I think a plus money play. So overall, up a bunch of units, and looking forward to this. We got Laura Sanko back. I'm excited about that. I just saw her on the screen. That always brings a smile to my face. And I think we're gonna have a pretty good season. As Ramon had mentioned, we're looking to replace some of these bums. I like the way of putting it. I'm looking for some violence tonight. We'll see what happens.
Violence, indeed. We're going to start off here. I believe, is this the Chris Ewart, Yuri Panfarov first battle? I know
that's what my book says. It didn't the other day, so they might have swapped orders. But that's what my book's showing is the first one up.
Important note, as I mentioned yesterday, and I mentioned it again today on the show, some of these fight cards come down, so you got to take a look at them. But Chris Ewart, coming in here, we've got ourselves. I got a little research I was able to do on some of these spots out there, and look, this guy's kind of got another strike at it. Ramon, you did a great job with the breakdowns for VB show that you guys did on Sunday. But these guys kind of come in. I think they're undersized for the weight class is kind of the big note that I had out there. But Ewart's a big favorite, -250, boys. The over under 1.5 rounds is -225. So we got some big juice on both sides of this thing, the over and the Ewart side here. But Ramon Scott, you got recent conversations about this fight. Why don't you talk to us about your thought process? What's the path to victory?
Well, for Chris Ewart, 31-year-old from Santiago, Chile, comes in here 7-0, including a pair of wins in Fury Fighting Club. He was on that big Fury Fighting Club 100 card. That was kind of a big deal for that organization here. And you look at the line coming in, I think for Ewart, we're definitely seeing the pretty sizable move on him. I think when we were talking about on the show, it was starting to hit 175 or so. And man, now we're looking at up to 225. Seems like pretty popular actually at the window, and maybe with some of the cappers here as well. You got to give Yuri Penferov a chance here, a 28-year-old from Moscow. He fights out of New Haven, Connecticut, 8-1, including fighting on the Dana White Contender Series. He lost to Finney in 2023, but he did win 2 CES bouts last year to earn his spot back here. But I feel like this price might not be the right price to go with, but does feel like a lot of momentum here in the betting for Ewert. Here, I think I want to take him in this one. Penferov, his solution, I think, is to get the fight on the mat and maybe get this one a submission victory would be his path, I think, here. So I think Ewert can take care of him. I think we might even get a knockout here, maybe for a little better price. I think that's the way I'm looking at it here in this one.
I like it. A little Ewert action. I like it. KO call out there. Jeff, what about you? How are you going to go to victory on this one?
As I mentioned before the show, my book was a little late to get the props out, so I did snag Ewert by KO at plus 150. I see it's now down to plus 135, so I'm rolling the Ewert KO side of things here. Now, Yuri's never been KO'd. His only loss was by submission, so to Ramon's point, he's going to want to try to get this to the mat. I think Ewert's going to get the better of him. I don't know if it's necessarily going to be in round one. You see that total set at 1.5. Juicing towards the over, so I'm thinking somewhere round 2 or round 3, but I do see Ewert getting the KO finish.
KO finish. I like that KO. I'm gonna have to take a shot with this under 1.5 rounds.
Yeah, I wasn't able to get the KO into specific rounds. They limited me to the fighter, the total, and the weight of victory.
He's plus 185 on this under. I like that KO call that Ramon dropped out there. I mean, look, on the other side of things, what I was able to uncover from Penferov is, he likes to wrestle, but he sucks at striking. So, this is where I felt like that counter clock comes into play. And Ewert's been playing a bunch of punching bags, I guess, is maybe the best way to describe it. So, that being said, I don't know what we're going to see from Penferov from this game plan. I think he gets worn down late. That's my only concern with the under 1.5 is it's more of that wear down late and he gets clipped. But we might have a live dog if he goes to decision, boys. It's kind of my thought with this first fight. I got a couple dogs on the card that I like here, but I can't get there with this one, boys. Am I off base? Do you think there's any shot you think can go down early, 1.5 rounds?
I see another not a bad price is fighter wins inside the distance for Ewert at minus 115. So you're leaving the submission open if he does get taken to the mat. And again, sizable favorite, should win this one. Not a bad look. I guess on the flip side, he has no submission wins. He doesn't really allow it to get to that point. 70% of his wins, 5 of his 7 have been by KO. So he's definitely he's going to come out hard early. That's for sure.
I see Ewert by KO, TKO, or DQ at plus 135 over at Bet Online. So lock me in there as well. Plus 135. I'll take a shot with that under 1.5 at plus 185. I'm going to take that KO at plus 135. I'm afraid if it goes deep, though, it could be a Penferov spot. Penferov's been in the Dana White Contender Series round before, hasn't he, Ramon? This isn't his first rodeo.
Yeah, so think about his previous opponent, and maybe you can look at, if you want to call it strength of schedule or past performance. He took on Torres Finney, who we've certainly seen now in the UFC. Remember, he's an undefeated prospect. Remember, he's a former college wrestler right now, and so far it won his first UFC fight. If you remember, against Valentine, it was a split decision back in April. Before that, it took Finney 3 times on the Contender Series, all victories, before he got the call to the UFC with his 3rd Contender Series fight. So think about that, guys. He'd already won twice in the Contender Series. He did not get a contract following that rear naked choke of Penferov back in 2023. He was right back in Combat Night Pro for his next fight before he got the recall to the Contender Series last year, where he took on Cam Rouston and won by unanimous decision. That still didn't earn him a contract until he got that call after beating El Rami. He fought twice in 2024 on the Contender Series, talking about Therese Finney. He looked good in that Valentine fight. He's still undefeated. So I think you have to give a little bit. That's his only loss. So I think that's where you have to respect a little bit of the resume of Panfarov here.
It's a great breakdown. It's great insight. Tapology looks at this thing. They've got 69% of the bets here. 69% of the polling says Ewert to win this thing by KO. 69.1%. Man, Dana White Contender Series, boys, I get excited because it's only a couple weeks away from the NFL, college football. Then we've got the NHL, the NBA, Ramon, and then next thing you know, it's New Year's.
Yep. Well, you're one of those guys that just when we're starting to only learn about the new sport, we're getting our football on, and you're ready to go to the next group of one of those guys, Jeff. That's what Mike is. But you know what? It keeps us on our toes because I want to get to those seasons as well. But really just looking forward to football with you guys and the momentum that we have here at the Sports Money Network. Feels like a real good crew here coming on. We got some nice things in the works for you as well here in the upcoming football season. So can't wait for that. And we'll look at some other sports tonight as well. The baseball card's underway. I watched pre-gaming there earlier and was listening to some of your breakdowns on some of the games here going on right now. So we'll keep you posted on those because, we won't have total fight action, but we're getting ready. We're walking into the ring here soon, hopefully, in this bout to get underway. From the they rejected my media request.
Oh yeah,
at the Apex today. Yeah,
I'll tell you what. Let them know we got LFA media credentials. Maybe that'll help sweeten the pot a little bit. Once you already have them, I hear they like to give them to you. So I'm going to pull up the post tab for you guys here for the Sports Money. Used to be the community tab. They've changed it to posts. Here's what you'll see. I gave a chalky parlay and then a piece of shit. And that piece of shit got dunked. But I wanted to roll down to our Survivor contest here. The SCN is where we do this thing. And you'll look at here. It's a reasonably inexpensive entry. I think it's like $10 to get in. Survivor. Survivor, right. SCN. You can scan the QR code. Winner's going to pick up $100K. Actually, the winner picks up $50K, and then they split $50K amongst the other something.
Oh, I thought it was just among our community. That would have been even cooler.
Nope, we got this. We did this last year. We had a lot of fun with it last year. Most of us got nuked in that first week. So I did want to point that out, though, you guys. Entries certainly out there. Feel free to go and get in there if you haven't done so already. And they've got a lot of other packages as well. So I wanted to give that a shout out just to remind everybody that football is around the corner and we are going to have some fun getting involved with that. I'll be right back.
Commercial break. All right, Jeff, just you and me to talk some shit right now about your brother and some of his picks for tonight. But great call this past weekend as well. There, man, we saw some good
I can hear you
on the ladies. Do you think I didn't know that?
Yeah, I'll tell you, golf came down to the wire. That was a good. We had a playoff there. Some good action this weekend. That's for sure. I'm looking
Tommy
for. We got
able to finish
coming up in what week? Week and a half. We got college football coming up. How soon is that? A week and a half?
11 days.
11 days.
Awesome, man. Awesome. We'll be here throughout the season, having our programming, having our live streams, and hopefully you won't get tired of us, man. It's going to be a good season because it just gets bigger. And, I never thought we'd be doing it like this, but I'm sure I'm glad we are. We're seeing the tail of the tape here right now, and you got just a half an inch for Panfarov on the height. He's also 3 years younger. The reach, though, goes to Ewert by 2.5 inches. Herzog, your man's in the ring here. We're ready to go.
Dana wants some violence. I see we got next Saturday, July 4th, we got the White House event. White House one.
They're going to do, yeah. In fact, there's a lot of events. There's some crazy events maybe going on at the White House if you read social media. But like I said, I'm skeptical. But you already knew that.
Yep.
I'd love to see him pull up. And you got to wonder where we stand, especially after yesterday's huge news. I'm going to bury the lead on the UFC here. I mean, we could have opened any show with it. It really is a big, big story, talking about the $7.7 billion deal that puts the UFC right on the map with all the major sports in this country right now. I mean, taking it away from a pay-per-view model shows the power of this organization, in my opinion, right now. I know that there's arguments against that because the fighters are for sure vocal about it's probably not the best deal for them.
Yeah, I heard a bunch saying that. I don't know. Where else are you going to fight? You got to keep the brand rolling, right?
I'm going to tell you, Paramount Plus is going to go up in cost. There's no way they're going to keep that same price scale that they have in place right now.
Well, if every fight's going to be on Paramount Plus, with the exception of the potential White House on CBS, what are they going to do about the fight?
I know what you're saying on CBS big network, but I mean that's still
it's still their product. Yeah. Well, so what are they going to do with Fight Pass though? Is that just going to be no more UFC? It's just going to be some of the lower ranks. So now you're not only paying a increased price on Paramount, but you're paying the Fight Pass too. If you want to see some of those regionals.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Go ahead, Mike. Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a couple things there. I would assume that I shouldn't assume, but I would assume that the Fight Pass library rolls on over to Paramount, right? I mean, that's kind of the same thing with like we talked about with the NFL. I mean, that's a big assumption. I didn't hear that, but I did hear the strategy. I can't remember the number offhand. Is it 6 to 8 fights are going to be on? I think 6 fights are going to be on the CBS card. 6 of the pay-per-view, like the traditional the numbered events they called them, right? Yeah. And then from those 6, the rest are going to fall over to Paramount Plus. But Dana White didn't shut the door on other pay-per-view events. He said the schedule's out, and despite the schedule being out there, that they may have fights that pop up and they want to get involved. But it did sound like that the 4th of July event will absolutely be out on CBS, which is kind of cool.
2 minutes.
Have you guys heard the latest rumors? Donald Trump had a big settlement with Paramount, and shortly thereafter, Paramount picks up the UFC contract. A lot of people talking about that at least in the Twitter sphere. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. I'm not just making it up. Panfarov is really, he's putting that wrestling to work with Ewert. Let's see what happens. I got a minute 25, 24, 23. I'm not sure how I'm doing in comparison to you boys, but it seems like when we're on these ESPN Plus functions that we're all around the same timetable.
I'm like 2 seconds ahead, I think. I'm at 8, 7, 6.
Shout out to the real Jolly Roger. Jesse Gomez is here. Appreciate all you guys. Jesse Gomez says they need to increase fighter pay. Every fight contract should have a finish clause in there, and if you finish the dude, you pick up an extra $25K.
Let's get him stopped, Gio. It's not really a whole lot to know. You got to really dig deep for some of these guys to see the tape. I mean, you could certainly go to Tapology and see how they did, but that doesn't necessarily show how the fights went.
I found if you look at Tapology for the fights, you can Google these guys and it's a lot of regional stuff. So, a lot of the undercards, right? Or smaller minor leagues, if you will, you'll see a lot of that. At least get an idea of how they look in the ring.
Final.
Woo!
It's early for a final.
Or some of my shit picks
Well, a lot of tennis going on today in Cincinnati with the men and the women going on. Some good matches. Now they're trading here a little bit at the buzzer. That's it. Round one.
Both guys breathing deep.
What do you have there, guys? And what's the live line? Let's take a look. If for those of you that maybe can get a live line here on the Contender Series. But
it's so funny to have to pull up it's just funny to alternate book that I don't use very often. I'm like, I don't know where I'm clicking. There's so much to click. I don't know what to click.
Looked like Ewart had the better of him until he got taken down, and then
he got wrestle fucked is my thought there. And I would give that round to Fetisov there. What's his name?
Panfarov.
Thank you.
Michael B says 300 for Ewart.
Doing the control in there a little bit. Oh, really? Okay, yeah. Oh, man. Well, that would indicate Ewart won the round there because that's a little bit higher, I think, than the actual line for the fight. So
no, Ewart was the favorite, so Yari won that round.
Oh, you're saying Panfarov? Yeah. No, I didn't want to question you because I'm showing Panfarov north of $3. So
I got that from Michael B. I don't have live lines in these, so
okay, I do. I didn't want to interrupt. If you guys had something more accurate, I showed that it was around minus 325 for Panfarov here right now, going into the round, and we're going to minus 225 on the over 2.5 now.
I mean, not for nothing. It looks like he kind of stung him a little bit there. Ewart got stung a little coming out of that round. He's trying to be aggressive.
Nice action, though, right there with the left hand.
Oh, he did nice there with that left. You're right.
Looked like he hurt him. Stunned him back.
The old clip and zip, boys.
There you go, Michael. But you got to do it when you want it, you know? There's only 5 of them.
It looks like, though, that is Ewart's left outside of his eye. It looks like maybe that's where a cut is. Trying to cover up a little bit too, but it looks like the outside of the left eye. Panfarov may have scored some damage there.
Gosh, is there anything better than MMA on a Tuesday, fellas?
Well, I could come up with a list, but you guys make it better. But these are the hottest prospects, in the world week after week here to try to find the guys just on the cusp of joining the UFC.
They are throwing bombs.
Some of the other organizations, you can look at the Professional Fighters League, but that's also a competitive league, right? They aren't necessarily prospects. They've reached a professional level. Sure, maybe they want to be in the UFC and they're in the PFL, but and we know that the regional scene has great champions as well. But you want to get this call.
Tell you what, 3 days in a row for MMA for you, Ramon Scott. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Look at you.
Yeah, I'm in the scene,
You're the guy.
Well, we got to roll with our, that's our centric programming here on the Sports Money Network, too.
Damn right it is. The over 1.5 is going to cash. Good job to anybody that swallowed that juice. Panfarov on top, battling.
Yeah, more control.
Time too.
That right eye looks nasty for Ewart. I don't know if you saw that or not, but it looks nasty. Looks like it might be sliced.
Well, fortunately, he's got Herzog in there.
I didn't even see. Was it Herzog?
Yeah.
So next week, these will go back to 8 p.m., I believe, is the start time. They just do this for the first week, so it'll give us a little bit more time to transition from show 1 to show 2, Ramon.
Okay.
You know how much I enjoy hitting the end button and hitting the start button simultaneously, you know?
No. You always need a breather in there. Minute and a half to go here in round 2. And it's been Panferoff.
Yeah, Ewert's getting beat up. And he looks gassed from all this wrestling. He looked, they were both breathing heavy after the first one, but I would imagine might not see a finish here. Might not. Too tired to gas, or too gassed to finish.
See, I thought that, at least with some of the initial reading and stuff I had done there, that it seemed like Panferov gas tank issues as he gets into the third round. So we'll see if that's the case or not. I mean, he's definitely pretty fucking spry. He's been all over this dude. It's a hell of a leg pad he's got too. Kind of fond of that.
I'll tell you the one thing about that. You guys are teasing me a little bit about all that, but tonight we have competitive fights, guys. I think that's the important thing. All these are really, I mean, yeah, we got the Dynamo Susakaya, but we'll see. I mean, that's no cinch either. We'll talk about it. But I mean, compared to the other night when I thought the average price had to be $350, it seemed like. Now we're getting some pounding here by Ewert. This is definitely going to close the gap here in the round. He's scoring.
Ooh, that's a move right there.
Go in for the flying elbow there with the, you got, it's coming down. It's almost a free roll.
Yeah. A good move.
I'd give him a point in the books, just not a point, but, like if I'm teetering on the edge. Now Panferoff looks like still the big favorite. That did not close the gap, but right now, apparently, Panferoff is only a stronger, and he may have still won that round because it was he was in control the whole way. But I thought that was impressive by Ewert there. Minus 800 here for Panferoff. I'm not too confident. I'd rather come back on Ewert again here a little bit. Plus 450. Right now, what do you think, guys? I mean, wow, -8. That was a good comeback. It shows Ewert's in this fight, but
I would hammer on Ewert right now, live.
I wouldn't hammer on it. I would put a play on it.
Put a good play on it. How about that? A good size play. Maybe not a full unit, but this is where I expect this dude to gas. I got to find.
Ewert was definitely scoring there, but apparently not enough. I would think if the scores are right here, it's a 2-0 Panferoff at -800.
Yeah, Ewert needs a finish, and I think he knows it. He should know it. His corner should be telling him.
Yeah, now Panferoff comes out aggressive again.
Here we go.
Looking pretty.
Way to the center of the ring. Let's go, baby.
Stand and bang. Stand and bang.
This is Ewert's time all of a sudden here with this. And Panferoff's going to go for the trying to get him into a wrestling position here. Just said enough of that. But I don't know if he wants to trade here with Ewert right now.
No, that's why Ewert keeps taking him down every round. He doesn't want to get that smoke.
Hey.
Need to throw some combos. The 1-2.
Janky offshore books are.
Panferoff goes for some takedown action here, gets him on the ground a little bit, trying to force him in, but Ewert not able to get away. He's not going to be able to score if he's getting wrestled here for many minutes in the round. So he almost has to make sure he fights out of it here pretty quickly.
It'll be fun. Sharpie had to work tonight, but it'll be fun to get Sharpie and talking some baseball on these Tuesdays that he's not working with Dana White Contender Series as we finish off the season.
Well, we'll be doing it.
You damn right we will, Ramon. I like it. I like to get to listen to you cap in the morning. I cap in the afternoon. We get to spend some time watching them live. You tell me why my bets were bad. I had a bunch of totals today. I'm not in love with some of these sides, but Toronto Cubs. A lot of people jumping on them Cubs. There were some great Cub spots, but then they made that last-minute pitching change.
Yeah, and it wasn't, you're bringing in Javier Assad, who's been, first start of the season here right now. So it really was something they were trying to make sure they got to him as soon as they could. And we'll see if, we get what we saw from Assad before he was sidelined there. So I think it's pretty exciting news there. See some of these scores right now going on, but we also passed that a 2.5 round point as well. We under 2 minutes here. Assad has given up a run over here for a 1-0 Toronto lead. Cleveland's out to a start. Cincinnati 3-0 as well. Under a minute and a half here to go in round 3. And it's going to be Panferoff unless Ewert can get up and start throwing here and get a lucky shot. But right now it's Panferoff. He's still all kinds of pressure here right now.
Yikes. And I say yikes because I have some dogs coming up. So the dog popping the first one. Silent Rob, it's rude. We don't like to talk about guys when they're not here. He's taking a break. He'll be back. We'll see him coming back talking some UFC or some DWCS.
Panferoff had the strength, and look at the leg lock. Total control here. Minus 2,500 on the way out. 2,800 for Panferoff, the dog here. "20 seconds, and Ewert's got to go for it now. He at least is standing up, but Panferoff quickly throws his arms around him to try to seal the deal here. I guess the question for you, Mike, would be contract or no, knowing the fact that 83% of fighters are getting contracts right now in the Dana White Contender Series in the last 3 seasons.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'd give Panferoff the contract, and because it's not his first go round. He was a sizable dog. He's probably going to win this fight. I certainly wouldn't give Ewert a contract. You were a big favorite, and you got fucking pieced up all 3 rounds. It's got to be 30-27, right?
Yeah. Yep, I would think so.
Yeah, I would say we used to do the over-under on the number of contracts that were being given out here. 5 fights, theoretically, say 5.5, because each fight, do you get 2 out of one particular fight?
Yeah, rarely do you see that, though.
Right. That somebody got pieced up and lost, but did such a great job of doing. Look at Dana's not happy. Dana's not. Look at the look on Dana's face.
That's one of my favorite things about this is you can see the emotion, how pissed Dana is. I love it.
But
remember that one? Remember the one was it last year or the year before where he literally started the back comp when they were doing the contracts, and he was like, "You guys," he's like, "I have a hard time giving anybody a contract here. We want finishes. We don't want to see judges." Remember? I think that was last year.
I think it was
like the second or third week where he came back and he was like, "All right."
For a decision, all 3 judges scored the contest 30-27.
Yep.
Winner by unanimous decision, Yuri Panferoff.
Damn. What a great dog price. Sitting around 180, 200 on this guy.
Dogs are 1-0 in the Contender Series.
Jesus. Bet dogs and contenders and over in NFL preseason and retire, Ramon?
Well, we'll see. I mean, hey, we get down, a lot of starters get out there these first couple of games, and we'll see about that. But dog scores here at plus $2, I would guess, by the time this one went off. Most of the books. Looks like some of the sharper books actually was on the favorite higher, and the kind of the square books, the retail books, were favoring the dog here. So public may be going dog.
Barking. All right, so we've got the Mangos da Silva fight coming up next. Mangos da Silva. As what happened there? Hang on just a moment. A momento while I recalibrate here, but
Steam play.
Look, I thought that I was looking at this one here, and I just thought, what do we know about da Silva? Guy's powerful. This should be a good one. These boys are both champs in their respective rights, Ramon. To your point, talking about whether these guys are regional or they're kind of professionals in their own right, right? We've got the Aussie champ out there in Mangos. Guys fucking beating up good dudes on his last couple fights too there from the Aussies. You know, they got that fucking ginger power in them out there. Da Silva's a champ as well, though. I think this is going to be a fun one visually because if you look at da Silva, the one thing I saw, this dude has an abundance of fucking wheel kicks, and that opens up the KO to me if he can find that gap. But I took Radley da Silva at the plus 105 here. It's 105 now. I think I gave it out at 110 earlier today, and that's going to be my play on this one, gentlemen.
You know, it's interesting. This is the only fight of the 5 that my book won't give me anything but a fighter or a total. They don't want to get into the props in this one. I think I'm going to put a small play on da Silva here. I don't like. I mean, he's 30, so the other kid's got a lot more room to wiggle from getting back on if he does lose. But I think I don't know. I think Mango's his path to victory is submission, but da Silva's no joke on the ground either. So I do think this is going to be a good fight, Mike. I mean, they're both the same height, same weight. The line's pretty close. Line's been moving back and forth all day since I've been able to see it. Yeah, I'm going to roll with da Silva.
Ramon, we got ourselves a situation with some champions in their own right coming into this big event. The problem with Radley da Silva, if there was one, and I say this with all due respect, Jeff, there's one spot that's a problem for this guy. What would you guess it is? Well, there's 2 spots. One, I'll give you the answer. 1, 7 years process here. 9 years older, 8 years older is da Silva.
And he's Canadian.
That's the other side of things here. The Canadian men, they be softer than guys like Jordan Love, Ramon Scott. Do you care to validate that for us?
So for Radley da Silva, you mentioned it, the 30-year-old from Vancouver, 6-0 in Battlefield Fight League. That's kind of that regional Northwest scene, 7-1 overall. He actually defended his title now 3 times since winning it back in February of 2024. For Mangos, this young fighter who's on a fast track here, already 7 professional fights, 4-0 in Hexagon Fight Series, where he's a 2-time champ. So I like the experience, I think, when it comes down to, yes, I know that what we're dealing with, we talk about a lot. I don't know, maybe the interpretation could be different when you're talking about this type of fighting competition here. You'd think these are supposed to represent younger up-and-coming fighters ready for their big debut, but these series, these organizations, while somewhat respected, I actually think the Mangos, I think the Hexagon is a little bit more up on the scale for me than the Battlefield Fight League, but I'm going to go with da Silva here. I do use those comparisons a lot, but when it comes to this, because this is what you have to go on, right? Other than seeing a few clips you can find on YouTube, maybe when they are title fights and stuff. But I like da Silva to win this one, especially at the what is it, even money or so here, yeah. Maybe a little plus money here, a little bit.
A little plus
yeah, is the money coming back in on the favorite here a little bit? I'm gonna go with da Silva. I'm not going to worry about what happened. That was a pretty even fight there in the last one, despite the domination by Panfarov. I know we want to say he was a nominal favorite, but that one could have gone either way, and I guess this one's going to as well. So I'll just take da Silva.
It usually takes me a week or two to fucking orientate myself to the books that I don't use very often. So I'm scurrying around to say, where's my placed bets? Where's that tab?
I got my local and Bet Online are the only two I can get these at. I know I see Stop Geo there talking about DK. It must be, I play DK a lot. It must be nice to be able to. All I get is UFC and PFL on DK and Bellator when it was around.
Yeah, New York State. The folks of, I won't say the fine folks of New York State, just the folks of New York State. A couple things we can't bet on: the color of the Gatorade, how long the Super Bowl song will go, Ramon, and Dana White Contender Series. New York State.
Well, the first two I can say where a commission might not want to have to deal with that. But if they don't know, and if there is anyone from New York, or I don't know how they'd end up here on this show, but this is one of the most widely followed UFC competitions and series in the world. In fact, it's arguable that, with all due respect to the PFL and the other organizations, even when the Bellator buying it out, whatever. I mean, this is a very widely followed series now, no doubt. So missing on some handle, I would think. I mean, this is widely available on television. So
I agree. Completely agree. Yeah, Dale, how about that? You can bet the color. You can bet how many are going to get thrown out before the end of the season, which you can't get a live line on a Contender Series.
So the line's starting to move away from De Silva. Some Mango's action coming in here. Plus 120 now. It was plus 110 this morning, plus 115. This up to a few minutes ago. Now plus 120 on De Silva. Doesn't dissuade me, Ramon.
No, the 9-year age difference, to Ramon's point, I think that's just going to speak to more experience. But I think the Canadian aspect of it, but I don't know. I'm just down on the Canadians as much like you are. You see some of those cards, and it's like, man, you couldn't get one win from the males out there.
I love catching a quick dose of some MMA on a Tuesday. Gets me all jacked up. Gets me ready. Then we get first strike on a Wednesday, and we fire off some Thursday night football and roll into the UFC on Saturday, Ramon. I know you said you were going to do the red zone for us for the NFL, so we appreciate that. Only 7-8 hours a day on Sunday.
What else is he doing?
He's doing everything. He's the guy that reminds me of the guy back in the day. Remember the guy that's got the drum, the trumpet, the harmonica, and he's just walking around.
The one-man band.
Yeah, literally. One-man band doing it all.
No, if they only knew how much you were paying me to be part of this channel.
They would expect more from you.
I just turned my phone on silent, on silent Rob. All right, we're getting to see these guys here and take a look here.
Silent Rob, I think the one I did was the classic. Let me look. I think I'm in the classic bundle. I was thinking about doing the full smash this year. The problem I have is something always fucking comes up, and I struggle to get into some of these things here. But I like the classic bundle.
I signed up for the classic bundle today.
Classic bundle gives you Survivor, Second Chance Survivor, the weekly pick'em, and then the playoff pick'em. But I might jump in this year. Give me a day to think about it here. I might jump into the full NFL bundle.
I wish we could do one with just our community or something with a password. Wouldn't that be neat? Jeff, if they had the winner by enter into the ring, De Silva, with the full-on somersault there.
Told you, watch these wheel kicks, man. You saw he got a KO by wheel kick 2 fights ago. He might wheel kick the shit out of this guy, Mangos.
So Ramona, in the golf there, I ended up taking when we were talking about it there. I took Rose at plus 450. So that was a nice little hit. I figured, as we talked about, Fleetwood just can't seem to close. How disappointing for a guy like that. But that put me ahead by $3 million in my competition. So 1 week left.
Well, we'll be getting back at it again.
I saw Sepp Straka pulled out.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. I didn't see why. I just said he's out.
He didn't. He's been hot, no? Bummer.
Yeah. I wonder if it was an injury. Like I said, I saw it pop up. I didn't look into it, but I thought he was in the running for potential Ryder Cup position too. So if it was an injury, it has to be an injury. Why wouldn't you play in your top 50? So now it's 49. Is Roars going to play? It might be 48.
I think I like not having those when they get to the tour, the handicap that they have built into that. But we'll see as it goes along. We're just about set to go here in this one, and we're underway here with featherweights.
I didn't like that scoring system where Scotty was minus 10 or 9 or something like that to start.
Yeah.
That's been eliminated.
Yeah.
So this should be enough, make some cuts, give a guy a chance, look, you're still Scotty, man. I mean, he's still, your handicap is built into how great you already are.
Right. That's what I'm saying. To give a guy, if you want to do anything, give it to a guy like Ricky Fowler, who's going to struggle,
If he's made, makes enough money in the season.
Ban him from the playoffs.
On the ground here, I don't think we've accomplished much, but Mangos is being controlled here a little bit by Da Silva.
Was an aggressive move by Mangos to try to come out there and take down Da Silva, but he countered it. Was able to take him down.
Yeah.
Dana's got to be fucking stewing right now.
Time for the
Dana.
Dana White.
They ought to have a Dana cam. Let's see his reactions.
That'd be great in the corner. Just see Dana's face. Dana don't want to be on camera for 2.5 hours straight.
Final.
Up.
Well, I got some tennis. I know had some tennis today. I've taken Cincinnati off. I just hadn't felt good enough to go with some public plays this week.
I have
now,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
My juicy parlay was Zverev, Lahicha. I'm not sure, and Mensik.
I said it because I know what your plays are, and one of your matches just ended. And so Yuri Leshka, Adam Walton,
2.76s in that one, Ramon.
How about that?
7.6, 7.6.
Yeah, so technically, if you want to look at it, there Walton covers big time, covered the spread big time in that one.
What was he, 4.5?
Yeah, I think so. I'm on. I know you said you're on Zverev, but I took Nakashima plus 3.5 games. And Pegula in action here against Lynette. 5-all in the first. Still to come, Ben Shelton against RBA. And Towson over Kudermetova. I think Gorky was on Kudermetova today, and I get it. But, man, I feel like Towson's playing well here. Got the baseball scores, too, while we're wrestling around here. Dana's probably checking his phone, but Da Silva's still on top of this guy. That's all that's been going on, it feels like, here for the last 2 or 3 minutes. Is just ground control by Da Silva.
I think I saw Room to Run said Da Silva flipped to a fave.
I'll get that going here.
Redbeard says a leadoff bomb for the Brewers. Critical notice.
Paul Skeet, I don't think he's given up a first inning run in quite a while.
Frelick homers to right. Just 375 feet, but it's good enough to get across the fence.
Mets 3-1 over Atlanta. Toronto still with that 1-0 lead. Yankees 4-1, just totally dominating Minnesota at home again. do have a couple rain delays. Colorado and St. Louis have been pushed back here to 8:15. Detroit and White Sox pushed back to 8:30.
8 p.m. starts. I gave out the Diamondbacks in the under 9 for a plus 310 or something like that on pre-gaming. I like the under in that Red Sox Astros game as well.
All right, maybe Mangos has gotten a little bit going. He's actually able to turn him around. No, just not enough strength.
He's getting out wrestled. That's impressive for Da Silva there.
Every time I hear Mango, I think of that Saturday Night Live skit. Ramon, did you ever see Saturday Night? Are you a big Saturday Night Live guy, Ramon, or not really?
Well, I'm kind of old school Saturday Night Live, so I'm not sure I know of any skit with Mangos.
That was Chris Kattan.
He pretended to be he pretended to be a monkey, and the guest would come on and he would take a mango or an orange or whatever, and he would eat it and spit it all over the guests.
Such a stupid skit.
It was the worst. They'd be like, "Oh, it's mango."
I don't know what got me on a Saturday Night Live. I was actually looking up some stuff, some history of Saturday Night Live this week. In fact, I don't look at me weird like that. But
hey,
I don't know how I got on it. What's it called when you go down the rabbit hole? And they were talking about. I think it was about how. Larry David could only, when he was a 2-year writer, you could only get one skit cleared or something like that. Or there was a turnover in the era of the writers, and some people who all their stuff was kind of rejected by Saturday Night Live, even though they were on the staff, they went on. It was those kind of Seinfeld guys, and after that, how they went on to, I don't know, comedic greatness with their success with their television shows. And Saturday Night Live really wasn't taking any of their skits, saying they weren't really that good. Those people were complaining behind the scenes, hey, why don't you use some of our stuff? And I think it was like the pre-Lauren Mike. I don't know. I should have done a better job reading it. I was probably reading it. I don't know what happened to Grok. I was, having a good relationship with Grok until this weekend. And now Grok is like, I don't even know who you are anymore. I'm moving on to other AIs, I think. Grok, you lost me. You lost me this week. We were having such a fine relationship, and now I think I'm over with Chat GPT. Does anybody do it like on this? Does anybody? Guys are always asking about the AI. I'm really getting into it here. Okay, now we got more Da Silva control, whatever you want to try. Mangos ain't working. I don't know if he could eventually get to a submission. He's just controlling him. I don't know what that does. I mean, I guess if you could stand the guy up and punch him a few times, but
it gets Dana White saying no contract for you.
This could be the one. No contract here. We're already through, the first round, and now here's some action from Mango. See, he's trying to get a grab on his neck, but it still feels like Da Silva runs him into the cage. He's not getting his arm really around him at all, I don't think.
Well, there's a Dana fighting. Look at Dana's not even watching. Look at him. Pissed.
Oh, okay. No, is he? Or he's watching on TV though, Jeff.
Yeah. I would hope he's watching. You're sitting ringside.
Mangos. This is some of the best Mangos action for sure here. Some punches, and he's got him by the neck. Mangos has his first kind of, but it just seems like Da Silva is strong still. Even though he's in trouble here, he's not. Mangos isn't getting a real hold of him here.
I'm just nervous about his gas tank. He's been at a heavy pace, especially with the grappling, the exchanges.
Yeah, well, Mangos, this is his best action still here. His first time to really kind of control Da Silva. But now all of a sudden, Da Silva kind of reverses him a little bit. Mangos does have him trying to get him in some type of leg lock. But to me, this looks like, watch out, Mangos. You might remember that move from last weekend?
The old power bomb. Power bomb that fucking dude right on his head.
It must be outlawed. I don't know. I mean, just trying to be realistic. That was
I never saw an update on the guy either.
He responded. He was eating Five Guys. They had a commercial of him eating or a spot of him eating Five Guys afterwards, and he was like, just happy to be something about just happy to be still breathing, basically.
Five Guys, yeah. I mean,
shout out to Big Show Picks checking in with us. Good to see you, Big Show.
So you see more control now with De Silva's back, kind of assuming control of the position. But no, this ain't going to be any contract if you can't do this. As Mangos tries to escape, get away.
Looks frustrated.
Minute and a half to go here.
Spreading the word. Bring Bullies back.
I just skipped the beef to Jeff. I just skipped the beef today. All right.
There you go.
Eating bacon straight up. Nice.
Bacon. Well, it wasn't much time. We had to get on the air here.
I was supposed to go to lunch. Something came up. All I ended up eating was a bacon sandwich, Ramon. Don't underestimate a bacon sandwich, man. I had some sourdough bread on that thing, toasted it up a little bit.
Final.
I'm gonna tell you, I went with 3 pieces of bacon. I think the third was unnecessary. 2 would have sufficed.
Oh my gosh.
I did throw a piece of lettuce on it, though, for what it's worth.
Moneyline. I think I've eaten about 10 pieces of bacon. I'm probably going to eat about 10 more.
Yeah.
Oh, the problem was it kept falling out. All the little crumbles cracked right out of there, and I was picking them back up, trying to eat them afterwards, you know?
This is some perfect Costco bacon, I think. That's why it looks so,
You look good, yeah.
Oh, that's round two. And
That was the end of round 2.
Got to be De Silva. Even though I don't even know how you give him anything but the winning part of the round. But if you're watching the fight closely enough with the physical control, there's no damage on these guys at all. They've hardly thrown some punches, it feels like.
Ugh, nasty Nate. I'll never unthink this now that you said that. Bacon's the devil's foreskin, Ramon. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I just thought it was from a pig because the yummy part of the pig. All right, we got to go through another 5 minutes of this. Mets add more runs. It's 5-1 right now in favor of the Mets.
Let's go over.
I was thinking you guys were talking about the mopping up the blood. There was an article on ESPN today about the 2 guys, at least in the Apex here, are talking about how we saw so much blood the other night, and talking about the guy, because you guys have mentioned it too, the guys who go in there and mop up the blood between the bloody fights. Seems kind of grotesque, but that's what it was. Anteater Chronicles live it. I don't know how Anteater Chronicles. I mean, I had tortellini last night. I mean, so was he. And between Dale Fick and Anteater Chronicles, I mean, they got my whole diet lined out here. We're underway here in the 3rd round. And just more of the same. I don't. De Silva might not know that he can't necessarily. Redbeard said it was a home run by Pete to get that Mets record. How about that? Been waiting a week here, but great job by
I'll
Pete.
be right back.
Wow, did you see that? He had him mounted there, and he ended up sneaking out the back.
Just more strength, it feels like, here for De Silva. Very strong man, it feels like.
Yeah, he's definitely having his way with him out there. The entire fight, too.
I would think that's where maybe a younger fighter could come in a little underprepared, as in that they might feel like they're fighting strength or something. But, there's something to be said for actual power, for physical strength, because this is really what it has been. Because every time Mangos finds a way to inch his way out or even into some type of control, De Silva, now here's Mangos on top again, but let's see, right? Because De Silva just really wraps his arms around him to prevent Mangos. He wanted to kind of get up on top of him and mount him and throw some strikes down, but now he holds him close so that he can't do that. But this is Mangos here with the definite aggression here, even able to squeeze in some elbows to the head there a little bit. And
yeah, he knows he needs a finish. No. Get in the back.
Yeah, but also, yes, probably, Chip, but we really haven't seen enough action. I know that we're saying, Mangos is losing because he hasn't been able to do anything, being controlled, but you kind of wonder with no action, right, to the judges, because it even seems like even those fights, even those 2 rounds where De Silva got control, you could argue that Mangos was the one who threw any punches and that De Silva never even did. And this is Mangos doing the same thing here. He's at least aggressive with his, I don't know what you would call it. He's throwing punches while in a vulnerable position on the back of his head, on the sides a little bit. Not the back of his head.
This
Certainly
isn't where De Silva wants to be at a minute and a half left.
No, I'd almost say he's he's losing this round. I think Mangos is winning this round. Mostly because of what we just saw for about the last 90 seconds. But,
I think
no contract here.
No contract. I think Mangos needs a finish, and even then I would say, no, you just got out-wrestled for 7.5 minutes.
Yeah. The only thing is that Mangos was able to score some points because of his, at least he was trying to throw strikes, whereas De Silva was really just trying to exude his control. This is a nice hold. It's not around his neck, though. He's trying to slide it down, but the arm strength of De Silva is preventing him from doing so.
He was crushing that chin, too, man.
Yeah. Almost a head crank in a way. That's an
uncomfortable position for sure.
Mangos round. This is Mangos round. And give Mangos credit, too, for his leg lock there that he has to control him here. This is De Silva, like you said, out of gas. Clear round here for Mangos.
Oh, jeez. I can't believe De Silva had the gas to get back up.
Yeah, De Silva was minus 2,000 entering this round. And even so, in the last moments, he'll end up on a little bit of – he got out of it. But that was a Mangos round.
Yeah.
And I'll say, De Silva should win. But I think there is – I don't know. I wouldn't be one of those, critical of the judges. I would just think that it could have been tough to score those first rounds a little bit, even though we know that De Silva looked to be in control. But what does that really get you?
Agreed. Yeah, I mean, they showed it. What do you have, 3.5 minutes and 3 minutes for ground control in the first 2 rounds? But
Marlins tied up Cleveland.
To your point, he wasn't really looking De Silva wasn't really looking to strike on the ground, and he wasn't really looking for submissions. He was just looking to take control and avoid getting submitted, I guess. I hope they show Dana again. Show how
shaking his head.
No, look, we said that this organization, like I said, they told the judges to look for more damage and stuff. They almost coached him up. Maybe that's why we've seen. That was kind of the first week, so maybe that's why we've seen such some weird decisions last week or whatever. That maybe they're just trying to refine. Here we go.
After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All three judges score the contest 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision, Radley De Silva.
Okay, well, I'm sure that's exactly how we saw at least the score. Talk about the scoring anyway. Two rounds.
You know what we get? A video.
Dude, I'll celebrate with some bacon.
There you go. Take this opportunity to shout out winners. It's your boy, Mikey Money. I'm inviting you to join the Sports Money crew on Winnable. Get all of our premium best bet selections.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays sent straight to your phone right when you need them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
There we go. Shout out to Winnable. You guys can find our premium selections over at Winnable. We appreciate you guys that are supporting us here. We're not big business supported. So we appreciate you guys saying thank you. And we're running a promo on top of that right now. NFL 25. I'll put it in the chat. NFL 25. The boys here on screen have a 6-month package. This is not like some of them other squads that want to charge you $2,000 to get their NFL best bets. We're giving you all our sports, everything we've got: college football, NFL, MLB, NHL, NBA, you name it, camel racing over in Saudi Arabia. You can find it over there with the NFL 25 promo code. Get 2 months for free. Get on board with the 6-month program. It's economies of scale. We're trying to help everybody find a way to get there and get those best bets. But the text alerts are the best thing about that. You guys don't miss out. You'll catch all of our action as we drop it. I just went 1-0 with my Winnable platform here for the first Dana White Contender Series fight. And it goes across the board. So don't miss out. Check it out. NFL 25. Support us. Use that promo code. Jump on board with 6 months. Get everything we got going on for the next 6 months of the year. That'll bring you right through February, and the best deal in town. So we appreciate everybody that supports us. Thank you, guys. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button if you haven't done so already. 2 fights in the books, gentlemen. We've got a big battle coming up next here.
2 fights, 2 dogs.
2 fights, 2 dogs, Jeff. Well said. You got 2 eyeballs.
No contracts.
Maybe 1 contract because the big dog won that first one. This one here, I mean, look at these faces, though. These guys are busted the fuck up. I'd give Laura Senko a contract. She might be under contract.
How did he get cut like that? Well, I know they're
face on the cage, maybe.
No, they were pressuring each other's face. There was a lot of head grabbing there.
Yeah,
a little bit. Both guys riding the back a little bit. But good luck, brother. I don't know. Radley.
Guy, well said, Michael B. That's what I was kind of saying earlier. You put it so eloquently, though. Yeah, he was fighting not to lose. He wasn't fighting to win. He wasn't throwing submission attempts. He wasn't really throwing many strikes. He was just didn't want to get submitted.
So we're going to roll on. I'm going to tell you guys, I went with the dog again in this one. Tala. Couple thoughts I had. Everybody loves Susurkayev. Is that how you say it? Susurkayev. I get it, but this guy, Tala's coming back, just like we saw in that first fight. This is his second go-round, right? And Dana White Contender Series. Rodolfo Bellato busted him up the last time that he was out there fighting. And look, Susurkayev, a lot of people like this guy to go out there, KO him, somehow win this thing inside the distance. We didn't see any wheel kicks in that last one. I'm a little disappointed by that process. But as I was kind of looking at this fight, gentlemen, I thought experience. And I thought that was a big deal here. Get that second shot. We see that they like what he's got going on. They want to give him an opportunity. It's a little redemption play out there, but he's a huge dog now in this spot. And that's because the other guy on the other side, Susakayev, is unbeaten, right? So we have an unbeaten fighter on the Susakayev thing. You know, looking back at it, you look at the Tala, yeah, I don't know, sure. Doesn't matter. You don't have to say it to play it. It's redemption opportunity. The last time he went out there and fought in Dana White Contender Series, the rumor was he had a sprained ACL. He got crushed. He got busted up by Rodolfo Bellato, who we've seen try to make his UFC career. The challenge is going to be Suskarayev, probably going to throw a bunch of leg kicks out there. This is a short notice fight for Suskarayev. Probably what we see wrestling versus striking in this case. Suskarayev, if you like Suskarayev, I think submission is the way to go. This guy's like incredibly low volume when it comes to standing on his feet. It's just a lot of juice for a guy that's kind of one-dimensional. And I like the grappling edge and the ground and pound ability that Tala brings to the table in this fight, gentlemen. So I'm going to take the big, juicy dog spot, see if we can't go 3 in a row. We got Michael B reporting the Red X side of things here, Jeff. Ramon Scott. What do you guys think about this fight? Let's start with Ramon. Ramon, give us some intel. You do a terrific job prepping for these things. Let's hear it.
Well, with Susakayev, that comes out of that ACA organization. That's a pretty well-respected organization. He's 8-0. The 24-year-old Chechenian comes in off of a win in Fury, round 2 KO, which kind of was where he graduated to after that 4-0 in ACA. That fight in Fury was back in February, so he earned kind of the title as the biggest favorite on the card, certainly here. But Talha, 29-year-old, he's a Dagestani, fights out of Bahrain. He came in, you mentioned the loss to Bellato and maybe his injury factor, and that was in 2023. So where has he been? And he comes in off of a win in Belarus Fighting Championship, but this was reported. There's no video. This was a total setup fight that probably would have been northward of minus 20,000 on a line. Against a guy, apparently a big setup fight there. It's the only fight he's had since then. So I still kind of want to take him just because of the price. I mean, I'm not sure I trust anything here out of this level of fights. I'm sure that Susakayev, give the odds makers credit now. He's north of $4 here at the sharpest books. That's where it's at. There is some buy into here at the more square books, I'd say, dragging it below plus 200. So I don't know if it's taking the value out of it, but I'm just going to take the dog at this price for sure. Who knows what this guy's been up to over those 2 years, but I don't want to trust any 350s. I see Michael doesn't want to do it because Johnny the Greek's on it. But I don't want to be laying any 350s or I know there's probably some props out there to get this one down, but I think more experienced winning bettors would rather take. I don't know if that's even a thing, but I just feel like when my knowledge of this level of fight, you just got it. And I'd rather take a dog in this situation. I'm not even comparing it to the last few fights, but this is the product they've given us too. You can look at the quality of those last 2 fights, kind of indeterminable as far as who could have, would have, should have won and did win. And if we get anything like that here, you got to think Talha. But he is also getting plus 190 on the plus 3.5 on the decision spread. So maybe that's a spot to look too. You're getting almost $2 to get him by probably split decision or better. The total is 1.5 over 35 as we approach fight time here. There was also some 2 under 75s out there. Right now it's 2 under 05 because of that move. So they're expecting a finish.
Coming out to the ring, I jumped. I put a small play on Tala by KO, TKO or DQ at plus 800. What stood out to me in this one is you got a Ginger versus a Chechenian Rebel. That over 2.5. I don't know. I could see that happening as well. Nobody's going to give up in this one, in my opinion. These just the heritage of these guys are pretty tough. But I did sprinkle the dog, and then I sprinkled the plus 800 on the dog by KO. So that's what I'm rolling with here.
I'm pretty sure both these guys fight out of Dagestan.
Fight starts.
Both of these guys are Dagestani fighters. It's just a matter of where they're waving their flag at current state is my understanding from this thing. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Should be a fun one. Like I said, the short notice even matter, Ramon? What do you think about this? I mean, these guys are training. Short notice is almost just as much a penalty for the other guy, right?
Yeah, well, you don't know, though, really a lot because you're not able to, like some of the established fighters can do just like handicappers do, right? And look up those fights or whatever. So I don't know if it benefits one way or the other. It'd have to be looking at it from the training perspective.
I mean, the reality is if you're a fighter, you're in the ring, you're training regularly, whether you're training for a fight and dealing with the weight cuts or not is a different story, but you're still in the ring. You're still fighting. You're still doing your thing.
I'm ready to go. If they need, I'm ready. I'm always ready.
You ready to go in the ring? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Probably can go in a week or two.
Might take me more than 2 weeks, but my cardio, I'm like Pratis. I'd like to fire down a carton of Marvs before I get ready for my fight, Ramon, yeah. I don't know if this over is going to get there for me in this Seattle-Baltimore spot. What a fucking letdown. 1-0 situation right now. Baltimore just flailing around worthless. Kirby's still in. Jorge Kirby, 7 innings deep. He's given up 3 hits, but he's got 6 strikeouts here. It is tied 3-3, top of the 6th inning. The Marlins have runners on first and second with 1 out. Probably a good-looking Marlins spot. We got a rain delay in that Reds-Phillies game. I like that under 9.5. Gave it out, played it. Phillies are getting busted up this one. The Yankees 4-1 on the Twins. I still like that under. I live bet that under. I gave that out. Well, I guess I didn't give it out, but I did talk about the under. Blue Jays Cubs, bottom of the 4th inning, 1-0 with a runner on first for the Jays with that pitching change out there. We have the over. The over in the Braves and Mets game. It's 5-3. We need one more run to cash. And the Mets and Braves over. The Tigers and White Sox are in a rain delay. The Brewers are up 1-0 over the Pirates. Now, bottom of the 3rd inning. Kansas City came out with a quick run. 1-0 over the Nats. The Colorado Rockies, as you mentioned, are in a rain delay. Diamondbacks and Rangers. End of the 1st inning, 0-0. Red Sox Astros, runner on first base for the Stros. I gave out the under 8.5 in that game. So let's see what we can do there. And then we've got some 9:30 and 10 o'clock. 3 games left in Major League Baseball, Ramon. Jason Herzog's going to ref this fight number 3, Ramon. I enjoy doing live shows with you, Ramon Scott. I appreciate you being here tonight. Excited.
Well, yeah, we're underway here in our 3rd fight. A big favorite here, so let's see what happens right now. A little bit of mixing it up here in the middle as Sir Sakayev's ended up in an awkward position with Tala grabbing his leg there and pushing him back. And Tala's going for some leverage here because Sir Sakayev has the size and reach advantage for him here.
Almost seemed like a grab his D and twist it situation.
Mike, stories surfaced here. We know we're getting a lot of stories from MMA, from boxing as well. Dana was kind of, they're involved in this, boxing, trying to find make a new product or an improved product for boxing too, which really needs a lot of help. But news also surfacing that the UFC is going to expand the Apex to hold as many as 5,000 to 10,000 fans. fans here, maybe by 2026. I don't know what they'll go on the road for a while and do construction. That sounds pretty serious. Like it would need, or maybe they can do it. You've seen that building. Everyone's seen it on television. Maybe you have this is in one area, and maybe they can build out because it looks like it's on a property there a little bit, or an industrial area there. I don't know how it affect the neighbors too. I'm sure. But that story came about here in the last 24 hours or so. A lot of people didn't believe it at first.
Well, reality is you have, I don't know what this Apex holds, but it's kind of the gripe, right? You don't have fans, and I wouldn't be, if I was in Vegas and I had an opportunity to go to an Apex card, I wouldn't shun it. I'd be like, this is great. It's more intimate. You get a more intimate setting with these guys, and you get more violence because it's a smaller cage.
Yeah, you could make it affordable, right? I know we joke around here because these tickets are pretty exclusive right now, and so you go there and they're even for the, it's kind of expensive, I think, or I don't know how it works, but with smaller Apex cards, and if it's just $5, could be a more competitively priced ticket for fans too. Okay,
well, the Jays pop. They're up 4-0 now. They're big opportunity, big scoring opportunity. Nate Clement. Is it Nate Clement? Ernie Clement homers. If our show in France end up finding a way to get across the finish line. 4-0 now. The Jays are up over the Cubs.
Well, that might be Assad still in there, but we'll see how much further he continues here now after that. And look at this, guys. How about
Dana's got a smile.
What happened there? Did I fucking blink and missed it?
He kicked him in the chest.
I have there.
The sternum kick there, it looked like. Dana's finally smiling.
Comes over and talks to Dana. And it was a bit of a stunner there.
I thought he hit him in the nuts. That's why he went down, but he didn't even hit it. He didn't follow up. He walked right over him. Walk off.
So the biggest dog so far on the card does not find a way to score. Is that what we're saying?
Well, he tried to grab him too. He wasn't done.
I don't know how that becomes a finish though. It just seemed bizarre, didn't it? I mean, why is that a finish? Is it a finish?
I think the way he went down. I mean, I don't know. I think if he grabbed he should have let him go for another 10 seconds or so and seen what happened. Because if he could have recovered, could have had a solid fight there. But
Susurkayev gets the win. Is that what we're saying here?
Yeah. Susurkayev wins by knockout here.
Wow. He ended it because it was Herzog in the ring, and he caught all that shit for that Abu Dhabi fight, probably.
This guy can't get his gloves off fast enough.
It was one kick, basically, to the abdomen area. He did go down in a heap, for sure, protecting that area. And then Tala kind of Susurkayev just kind of walked over him. Wasn't even attacking him anymore, like he knew he had done the damage, though, too, in a way, as Herzog waved it off. But
yeah, he probably, when you hit one flush, you know damn well what you did. And...
All right, well, we're gonna cash not this fight, but we're gonna cash the over 8.5 in that Mets and Braves battle. So we'll take a video.
I don't ever slow up, no, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
Can you see Dana? He wants him in.
Yep, he's undefeated. He ended a round 1 KO. There's a contract.
Yep, he'll get it for sure after that one. But it did seem kind of a weird finish for sure, that a man could have survived that type of blow and still fought back. Okay, Rockies Cardinals is underway now. We'll get ready for our next bout. Here with the Contender Series. We're gonna have welterweights up here next. A couple of Americans, and got a reasonable line here, 225 or so for Ty Miller.
I'm showing him minus 240 over at Bet Online.
Miller, an undefeated prospect from the LFA. There's no contest last time out. He was a minus 450, but he was the one that committed the accidental eye poke. But if you saw that, I mean, man, if I was the fighter he was up against, and I was in maybe the fight of my life, I don't know how much experience he had. He was going up against Miller's first LFA fight. Maybe it did. Maybe it is a problem. You don't want to continue, but I would have been like, it seemed like the way it was portrayed was the fact that he kind of stopped the action himself, told the referee he got poked in the eye, and then it was an accidental eye poke. But then he did have an LFA win in June as a pick'em. Before that.
Critical notice.
All right. I'm gonna roll with Miller by KO at plus 215, and I'm gonna take a shot at the under 2.5 at plus 110. Let's see another finish here. I was looking at that decision there, Nicholas, but no, I'm gonna roll with the under 2.5. Let's see another one here. Let's get some action.
Yeah, I'm jumping with you, Jeff. I'm on that under 2.5 as well. I got a plus 110 at Bet US. I'm gonna have to do something here. This fucking lack of options. It's bullshit.
Can you get a VPN and fire something else off?
Yeah, I just wonder with some of these guys that roll that VPN strategy, how do you get paid?
That's what I'm wondering.
Fuck, where are they going to pay you?
Do they pay out cryptocurrency? That's pretty popular these days among offshore sports books. I remember I had $40 in Bitcoin way back, and I bought a pizza.
Critical notice.
And now I'm broke.
That pizza is worth 10 grand.
Yeah, now it's worth 10 million. All right. For Jimmy Drago here, hey, look, at least if he can't win this fight, he's got to go right up to his man Ty Miller here and stare him straight in the eye in the introductions and channel his fourth cousin from Russia, a former heavyweight champion, Ivan Drago, and say, I must break you.
If he does, he does.
Drago's 7-2 with 1 no contest, 5-2 amassed in ring combat. So, look, you do have a guy who's fought his last 2 fights in the LFA. Maybe a strength of schedule there, at least for Ty Miller, the 25-year-old from Albuquerque. Drago, he's 30 years old from New York. He did defend his title. He was the title holder in welterweight division in ring combat. He defended his title with a win back in September by unanimous decision. So I'm going to take the dog here, of course, but plus $1.80, 75, 85. Who knows? Can I get $2 here? I'm going to go with Drago, but I'm not going to go with Stop Geo. I mean, this is Drago. Why would you do that if your name was? Here's the thing. The guy obviously is did not take any marketing classes whatsoever. I mean, come on.
I see Miller is now at minus 270.
There's a promo for UFC 319. We'll be here on Saturday night.
I'm excited for that fucking main event there.
Duplessis.
I don't want to take a shot with Jimmy Drago. I'm already on this under 2.5, but I just kind of feel like, I don't know. All right, Michael B just swayed me. Red X is on Ty Miller.
Red X won the last one, didn't he?
I don't know. It don't matter.
It's tough with the lines on these fights. You're almost better off putting a couple of bucks on the dog and riding it out.
Picture me riding dirty.
Yeah, I'm going to take the dog. WNBA tonight.
Ramon.
2-42 at halftime. Indiana and Dallas picked up the pace there a little bit, and we're tied right now. Dallas did cover the first half there.
I did say I'm pre-gaming. You can see that every Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. over on Sports Money Network. That I thought that line moved too much. I wanted to get the Indiana Fever -4.5 live. It was -5.5 pregame. It swelled all the way up to what? 9.5s and 10s. They're tied. We have 6.5. I'm on the under 171. Now seeing 170.5 in that game. I'm going to wait just a couple of mementos and see if I can get that -4.5 when they start the second half, Ramon. How about that for a strategy? What do you think?
Yeah, for Indiana here, man, what a tough break they're going through right now. Other guards keep getting injured, so they're down now to picking up Odyssey Sims off the scrap heap here. Now, Dallas did have some injuries coming into this game as well. Still, Indiana was a pretty big favorite, given their record anyway, and given the fact that Dallas has had such a poor season. But Indiana's kind of kept going through these injuries a little bit and done a good job to keep a strong record right now. In fact, it feels like they've almost improved. So Sims, though, in there, no points tonight so far. It's been Mitchell for Indiana, 12 points. Boston with 8 points in that one for Dallas. Segrist leading the way with 12. Lee Ureru has 10 points. Paige Beckers with 8 points tonight.
Critical notice.
Game between Detroit and the Chicago White Sox now underway as well. Atlanta and the Mets are 5-5. Kansas City 4-0 over Washington.
Washington?
I'm going to just go with Drago here in this one. We're having a little bit of delay with the early finish there.
Yeah, it's about time.
We'll have another show after this, so I wouldn't expect it to be too long.
They were ramming right through those. Yeah, I went with Miller by KO, and then I took the under.
I'm going to jump on the live bet. Yankees sucks. It was 11.5. It's 9.5 now. The under 9.5 in that Yankees Twins game. I'm jumping on a live bet there for the under. I'm going to take a live bet on the Braves at plus 112 right now as well.
Yeah, a lot of runs. A lot of runs there tonight.
Brewers are up 2-0 in the first 5. Man, some of y'all need to look at them lines. I saw so many people talking about the Brewers' first 5 under today because it's Skeens. It's Paul Skeens. It's Paul Skeens. That shit was -165 for the Brewers team total under 1.5 in the first 5. And they got 2. I learned that from my guy Sharpie. He was telling me about some of these spots where he said, you got to watch out. This is one of them spots. And sure enough, Just lost, -165.
That was the first time Paul Skeens has given up a first inning run in 25 games now. It was 24 straight that he had not allowed a run in the first inning until tonight.
Silent Rob says, kind of looks like Kevin Carrier, eh? How long until he debuts? I don't know if they'd give him Dana White Contender Series or he would just get the fill-in. His sparring partner is a UFC fill-in. They tell these guys in advance. I mean, there's some other stuff that we've heard that we can't really say, but they do let some of these guys know you're on the short order replacement card. So that's why I kind of discount some of that. I was asking you a little bit earlier, Ramon, about the short notice replacement. Some of these guys know, like you are a short notice replacement when it's in your region. So shame on you if you're not in the fucking gym prepping.
A lot of these guys are so young, they should be in the gym prepping anyways.
Right. You're fucking working out there every day anyways.
Working out, you should be working on your grappling. If you're a striker, you work on the grappling. If you're a grappler, you work on the striking. You should be doing it all. Maybe when you hear you're on the list, you cut back on the sparring a little bit so you're not getting beat up by your gym mates, but you would think they would certainly be in shape.
They were showing that LFA win that he had there back in June, knocked the guy out there.
Shout out to Mike Kendall. He does the voiceover work for us in the Winnable commercial. LFA ring announcer extraordinaire. Friends of the program, boys.
Fighters are getting their clearance and heading in.
Put a 1 in the chat if you think MMA Jeff should have to wear those MMA gloves when he's live on stream for a MMA event.
Be better if he just held up his hand now and they were on.
I took the Braves live, AJ. JW put the 1 in the chat. Michael B put the 1 in the chat. Let's go.
Scumbags.
It's new requirement, Jeff. Put those fucking gloves on.
There's no typing. Nicholas Handy says no.
Well, Ignatius Pennyfeather VII says yes. Appreciate all you guys watching, man. I love you guys. Thank you guys for checking us out here tonight. Dana White Contender Series. We got 10 weeks. I'm going to try to build this bankroll on this account I don't fucking use and see if I can't make them feel the pain as we go through this thing. But round 1's underway. Ramon Miller in the red trunks, Drago in the blue trunks. It's exciting, Ramon.
I'm thrilled.
Well, it's not as exciting as the morning steam every day, 7 days a week at 9 a.m. on the Sports Money Network. But we'll
you never know what's going to happen there.
Oh, I think.
All right. Well, at least these guys aren't on the ground yet. Things are looking up.
We're looking up. We need Victor Drago and the under 2.5. So let's see what happens. Let's see if we can't build this bankroll.
I don't think you can click. I don't think you can click.
Oh, that's what it sounds like, Rob. That's what it sounds like. Here we go.
I don't think you can click. No. That's why they're drinking their water like this. There it is, though. Sports Money.
How about that, Ramon? We're going to get you if you're going to go in the ring, Ramon, we're going to get you a sanctioned pair of boxing gloves or MMA, whatever it is you're fighting. We'll get you a set of gloves.
Better than the granny panties, I guess.
Silent Rob, you're a sick bastard.
Fernando puts the 1 in the chat. He saw the gloves. He said 1. He saw him. He likes it. Shout out to all you guys. Thank you guys for checking us out here tonight. We got a couple fights left on the card. It's not here for a long time, but it's here for a good time. And I appreciate every you guys hitting that thumbs up button. Show some support. We're going to be here for 10 weeks. for Dana White Contender Series.
Miller was going for the awkward thigh grab there. I'm not sure what we were looking at.
Yeah, it looked like the half the handy, didn't it?
That's a move.
He didn't spit in his hand first, though, so you could tell it wasn't really.
I don't know if anybody really won that exchange.
What are you seeing the live line at, Ramon?
Oh, check it out here.
Yeah, it's a good question.
I've been getting it at the end of the round here, the book I've been using, so I think we have to. I don't have anything for you right now.
My books fully suck.
Yep. Would you be more pissed if they showed you what they were and wouldn't let you play them, or just don't show you at all?
Yeah, I'd be more pissed if they did that. Show me it and then gray it out so I can't bet it the entire fucking fight. Yeah, that would piss me off.
I'm gonna go to Vegas here and see what's going on.
I wonder what our guy Andrew Babakitis has for some of these Dana White spots here. I might have to reach out to him and see if there's any action he can share with us. I'd imagine the Superbook has.
Marty Riggs says Miller's minus 185.
All right. Kind of where it started, right? Somewhat.
Yeah, I don't think
I guess Miller was minus 250.
He went to 270. Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen anything to improve on Miller's on that type of right. That kind of says that he's not performing as expected. But there is some blood on the bridge of the nose, or not, on the under the nose of Drago here. Looks like some blood
nice there.
Oh, he got tagged with a left, did Drago.
Go Victor.
Victor.
I'd change my first name to Victor if I was Jimmy Drago. Right? I mean, gotta go with what, you know.
Miller's sticking that jab out there.
Yeah, I'm going to give Miller the round here. I mean, he got to score for somebody, and it seemed like he was to keep putting that jab on him.
Drago's showing the damage, the little damage there is.
Yeah, I'd probably bump it. I'd probably let's see what we get for a line, because I would think it might have gone up there.
Yeah, I would think it goes up
or more. Maybe we'll see.
It was minus 250 on Bet US pre-fight, so let's see what they have.
Okay.
Michael B says close round.
550 here for Ty Miller. That's too high for me.
God. Wasn't that?
That seems way too high.
I'm showing 650 now.
They're showing the highlights for Miller. I'll tell you what, those ring girls are something.
Get hit in the ear. See, that's the key, boys. Keep that in mind if you're ever street fighting. That ear is a big problem for a lot of people, even trained combat experts.
I don't recommend street fighting or bar fighting. There's too many fucking maniacs out there that train MMA.
I'll tell you what, I fall in the rabbit hole when you see some of those fights that come up on Twitter. It's like I just watch this guy gets cooked, that guy gets cooked. My favorites are the guy that's mouthing off, and then he fights a guy, and the guy's like trained in combat, and he puts the guy down fast. And everyone's like, "Oh!" and they pull the combat guy off. Like, all right, dude, you knocked him out.
The reach of Miller being able to get the punch in.
It does seem like he's a little more powerful too, Ramon. As he does connect, it does drop Drago back a little bit.
Drago can't get anything. He can't even touch him.
He's gonna have to go inside and eat some leather. And I don't think he wants to. There you go. There you go. Miller just looks big in the ring, doesn't he? He looks taller. He looks wider. But Drago's getting some opportunity. He takes him down. I don't know if that's a takedown or not. It looked like a takedown.
Drago drags him.
The old Drago dragger.
That was his best moment of the fight, it felt like.
That's pretty sad. I'd like to see Miller throw a flying knee out there.
Ooh, trying to sneak an uppercut from Drago.
Drago's a little more active, but
throwing some body shots. That's big.
They could still win this round.
Yeah, there's plenty of time left.
We're just not seeing Miller with that using the right more here now.
Yeah. The 1-2. That's my favorite combination, Ramon. Did you know that? The 1-2.
Drago got put down there a little bit. I mean, it's not a knockdown, but it was a punch that made him put his knees, I think, on the canvas momentarily.
Just come back with a spinning back fist and a couple jabs to the face. Looks like
that's desperation.
Fully decided he's going to have to eat some hooks to get inside of this guy with that long reach.
To work out again for Miller, for sure. That's working into his wheelhouse a little bit.
Oh, you bobble him again? There's the knee. Oh.
Silent Rob says we're all way ahead. I got a minute 30, minute 29, and minute 28, minute 27.
I'm at 20, 19, 18, 17.
Ramon's done with round 2.
No, but I think
I will not comment on the fight.
Well, that's going to make this an awkward telecast.
I'll comment when the round's over. How's that?
Well, it's Miller again. I think he's going to end up taking this round to also, even though Drago probably did a few things in there. It just felt like, especially when Drago tried to adjust his strategy a little bit and get more aggressive, Miller was kind of eclipsed what Drago had maybe accomplished in the first part of the round.
Yeah, Miller is just a little bigger. He's got a little bit more reach. And as much as Drago's trying to be spry around there, it just seems like Miller's just got a little too much for Drago to find any kind of action.
Yep, big lead for Miller, minus 1,400.
Come on, finish this fucker.
Give me the under at least. Let's go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Get the finish, get the KO. Let's go.
Let's see Jimmy Drago, come out with a flying knee, connects on the chin of Ty Miller, puts him down, and we all win everything. Let's start round number 3.
Or vice versa.
Michael B says it could be 1-1.
I can make a case. No, I can't make a case. Look at the line. If you like that line, you take Drago.
Yeah, minus 2,000 right now.
If it could be 1-1, that's a hell of a price, Michael B.
I'll tell you what, I love being with you guys here for UFC combat. I don't care if it's DWCS or the big UFC cards. I don't care if they're fighting in an Apex. I don't care if they're fighting in a fucking phone booth or a fucking Volkswagen Beetle. I'm ready to go, man. I love hanging out with you guys. getting these fights. Let's make some money. Let's keep it going.
Whatever happened to that promotion where they had the two guys they fight in a car?
I was just gonna say I saw something. Was it last weekend or 2 weekends ago? It was like on the Ocho or something. And it was dude they had to take their seatbelts. I've never seen. I mean, I saw the previews and stuff for it, but I was like, what the fuck? Then the dude opened the car door and they ended it. They put him back in seatbelts.
No, you're not coming out of that car. You get back in there. Jason Herzog was officiating.
Gave him the old seatbelt submission. Karjitsu, Big Scott says. Is that really what it's called?
I like it.
You see Miller's boxing prowess. He's a former Golden Gloves champion, Miller.
Yeah, he looks like he's just lacking the power, but like you had said, just the jab, you got to follow that jab up with something. You want a contract or not? Let's go.
No, he's going to get it. He's going to get this contract.
He's a big dude. He's stalking his prey as well. I mean, Miller shows the dynamics of a UFC fighter. So whether or not he gets pieced up by somebody early in his UFC debut is a different story. But he does look like he's got the UFC. He's going to get a contract. I think he gets a contract. Regardless of the outcome of the fight, I think Miller gets a contract.
If he doesn't get the finish, fuck him. Get no contract.
Well,
no, he's getting it.
Wow, Dana's got to give out at least 2, right?
Well, look, this guy's got some punching chops. I know he hasn't been able to finish this guy here.
No, he's doing well. His striking. Again, I just wish he'd back it up with more combos. He does well when he connects, though. Yeah, there goes the under. Fuck.
Yep. Let's go, Drago. Finish him. Catch him on the button. Catch him on the button, Drago, you fucking punk.
Neat. Oh, fucking. Turn it.
Two minutes left.
Turn on some Karjitsu.
Down to it, boys. A minute and a half left. Let's see what Drago can do. Come on, Drago. You got to finish him. You're getting busted up. This is your big main event, despite it being DWCS. You better do something. Sitting there taking punches isn't doing it.
No, in fact, he's eating some leather here too. But this is it. Drago knows this is time. He's at least sacrificing, maybe giving up what he has here to try to score something. But
looks like he's split
there, and he did get him. Yeah, he got him there.
Got an eye.
Yeah.
Flying knee.
Judge fuckery?
Definitely.
What do you think Dana thinks when there's judge fuckery? You think Dana's sitting back there like
he's been vocal about it.
Yeah,
he said, "I don't know what the judges were looking at."
On almost every card that he's at, he'll be in the post-fight interview room. I know he doesn't go to all the cards here, especially some of the lower level now. Just 30 seconds to go. I don't know if Drago got this round, but maybe maybe he did get this round. But it could be no better than a 2-1 for Miller, I would think. Miller actually keeps hitting him too.
Appreciate the effort.
And a little damage on that left eye of that big gun there, but Miller, what a pussy. Maybe we get that judge fuckery. I'm due. I think it goes both ways, Ramon. You get fucked on some judge cards, you get a win on the other side.
I just didn't do enough those other 2 rounds. I'm going to give Drago round 3 just for on effort, I think. And he scored the damage finally, too, there that he was looking for. So maybe that gave him 1. But
contract? Yes or no?
Yeah, I think they will.
Not for Miller, right? Or for Miller?
Miller for sure. Miller's going to win. I believe Miller has won this fight. We're going to get the scores here right now.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges score the contest 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision, Ty Miller.
Moves to 6-0 with a no contest.
Yeah. Not surprised. Michael B doesn't agree with the 30-27, but I don't know. That was ugly. Hammers, what's up, Hammers? Just tuning in. Were we on the last fight? Buafia Santana is this last fight.
Dana gave him the cold shoulder there. Had to be Ty had to tap Dana on the back there walking out. Unlike the previous fight where Dana was waiting for Sursurkaya, for example. So we have one more. Main event time here from the Apex.
Man. I got to take Buafia. Buafia. I'm not even sure how to say it. Doesn't even matter. I like the favorite in this spot. I think kind of looking at this one here. It's just more of he's the favorite for the reason, technique, style, all the things that you want to see here. There's a reason. Now the line's coming down, but the line has come down, in all fairness to Ramon, for all the dogs today.
Yep, I'm trying some dogs here in the week 1 Contender Series and ended up a little bit short. And I was on I think I'm 0-4 here, brother. So let me try to get a win here, possibly in the main event.
All right.
Oh no, we had De Silva, right? Yeah, we had De Silva.
Yeah, we had De Silva. Yep.
I had De Silva anyway. I did have a winner out of this, so okay. Forgot.
Got
there.
one. Got one. Yeah. Disappointing. I guess this is what we can expect from Dana White Contender Series, right? We're going to see some of these favorites show that they've got the chops. When it's a small dog, you take the small dog, and we'll see how this rolls out through the next 10 weeks here. But, fun to have fights, fun to be involved on a Tuesday night.
Critical notice.
Critical notice.
Yep. Miller defeats Drago by unanimous decision. All right. Yep. Gonna have the main event here coming up. Middleweights.
Well, good news. The Dallas Wings Indiana Fever live total is 164 and a half. We have some live under action. The Liberty and the Sparks, Ramon, that's going to pop off at 10 p.m. That's an hour away. We know the Sparks have been crushing overs. +4 is the wrong team favorite in this spot, Ramon. What say you on this WNBA?
I don't know. Did I miss something? Are the Sparks now the favorite in this game? Is that what you're telling me?
No, they're +4. I'm commenting 175 and a half.
I know it's gone down here 3 points. Man, what's going on? Don't they know the Sparks are always scoring in the big hundreds sometimes? They're going up against the Liberty, though. Come on. This is a top tier defending championship team. And they're not playing well on the road. The Sparks have been the team that is one of the hottest teams in the league here. But yeah, every time they put one of these high totals up, it always seems to go under. And maybe that's why it's gone down 3 points here. That maybe that number was too high and the big money came in on the under, because it's down from 178 here. So I'm going to go under. All right, we're getting ready. We got Dan DC's top fighters of the night, Jeff. He's got Sir Serkayev number 1. I think that's fair. I think Miller number 2. That seems right. And Panfarov number 3, and then De Silva number 4. And that might be right.
I like that. That seems. I would agree with that. What are you guys going with in this next one here? This last one.
I think Mike is on Buafia in this one. The 28-year-old from France. He's 6-0, 3-0 in Aries Fighting Championships, including a co-main event win last time out by unanimous decision as a 175 dog. That was preceded by a highlight reel knockout, a first-round finish in Hexagon Series for Buafia. For Nemius Santana, 27-year-old Brazilian, 7-2-1, 1-0 in the LFA, where he scored a round 2 knockout, a win in March. He was a -150 favorite on that particular night. So I want to, man, I tell you, I want to take another dog here, I think, but maybe I'm dogged out.
I put a small play on the dog by KO at +230. Or I'm sorry, the fighter to win inside the distance at +235. So I don't know. I'm going to go with Santana here. I mean, Buafia there's never been finished. He hasn't had a whole lot of fights under his belt, so let's see what happens here. End the night, I'm playing him pretty responsibly, so these are just some shots trying to get into this thing. You know, you see some of these lines, then the lines come out late, so hoping the dog wins by KO for +200 player 235, or I'm sorry, inside the distance by 235.
Well, I'm going to try another dog. I don't think there's any value in this dog, that's for sure. If anything, the move has been on the dog here.
Yeah, I saw it on the one site. My local site came up 5 points towards the favorite, but I don't know. Like I said, the knockout for the dog was +230. The inside the distance for the dog was +235. So I'm getting an extra 5 points for a possible submission, which I don't see that happening, but it's a better price.
take a little Bufia by decision as well. Let me see what I can get that at.
Well, for everybody that took that prop today, that will every game have at least 3 runs scored. It's over. Seattle won 1-0.
Shit show. All right, I'm going to take this fight goes the distance. Yes, at plus 210.
Okay.
And Bufaya by points at plus 375. Those are bet online numbers. Give me a big score to finish us off tonight, boys.
Cleveland leads 4-3 over Miami, top of the ninth now, as Cleveland got that big run. They'll try to shut it down here. Mets are up 10-5 now. Milwaukee 6-0. They might win every game here on out. Washington got 2 runs. It's 4-2. Kansas City. Texas leads Arizona 2-1. Boston has 2 on Houston, 2-0. And the Wings pulling away from the Fever now. They're up by 12. The Wings.
The under looking good. 166.5 is the current live number. We got the Liberty and Sparks popping off next. 10 p.m. An hour to go. Fun stuff, though. I love it. I don't care what we got. Tough to cap some of these spots, but look at this big motherfucker. BMF rolling in. Oh, my goodness.
Is that the BMF rolling in? Rolling out from under the rock?
The BMF.
Big dick player.
Swinging past your knees.
Big dick baby.
Yep.
There he is. It's Subhuman Gaucho back and ready to attack. Sub, how you doing?
Doing very well. Let me pause this or mute this. There we go. There we go. How are you boys?
Hey man, we're trying to make money, brother. It's good to have you back.
Yeah. Good to see you. Good to see you. How's the night been?
Up and down, I guess. We had a couple spots and we lost a few spots.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of me too. Yeah, that's kind of how my night's been. Yeah. Can relate.
What do you got as they're getting into the ring here? What do you got in this final one?
Give me the dog. I took the dog, fairly big, Nemius. I think I got like 188, something like that. I know it's come down. Would I take it? Probably. Yeah. Just give me the dog no matter what. But yeah. We roll with the dog.
I jumped on the dog by KO. Or I'm sorry. I keep saying that I wanted to play the dog by KO, but I got the dog inside the distance.
Oh man, There's so much love in the chat. We got to play the video. Jeff, we got to play the video.
I was getting ready.
Shout out to all you guys. There he is. You got him back. Fernando Mendoza, Silent Rob, AOD, Michael B. You know Sub's here. He's betting on these UFC fights. He loves it. Dana White Contender Series here, Sub. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, of course. It's
anyone's listening, who's Yanni on here?
Pardon me. Go ahead. Once more.
I see Yanni's talking. I said, if anyone's listening, who's Yanni on here?
Well, that's a good question.
Oh, yeah. Yanni Zambuoff, you had to win at minus 170. A lot of value in that pick. The syndicates have come in. They're betting this guy big.
Silent Rob says he's taking you off the milk card. What's up?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Maybe it's preview for tomorrow, but it is MVP fight week. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that right now. I put all your monies on it.
No.
Every single dollar that you have, put it on MVP fight week.
Dump the truck, says Subhuman Gaucho of sneak preview to First Strike this week. Jason Herzog's on the main event, boys. You know what that means. We have an opportunity to see violence. The bigger fighter does look like Bufaya. Santana looks like he's got some long arms, though. Let's see what happens as they get ready for the main event. Dana White Contender Series, Season 9, week number 1. We got 10 weeks.
Yeah, I was talking to Mike earlier today. I swear, man, Mangos is bound for the UFC. He is just fantastic, man. I bet against him today. I bet the over today. Just a amazing fighter. I have the world. Positive things to say about him, even though I bet him today against him today. I love that kid, man. I love that kid.
I was actually saying earlier, I was surprised because he got out wrestled. I mean, De Silva, hell of a fight out of him, but he didn't do anything aggressive on the ground from attacking or striking. He didn't try to get mount and land some elbows. He didn't try to throw up some. He just Michael B and I were going back and forth. He fought not to lose, and that's disappointing.
Yeah, that's how I thought he would fight, and that's why I bet him. I love me some Radley De Silva, dude. This guy, just physicality. That's how I thought he would fight, and that's how it went. I wish I would have went a little bit bigger on the over. Everybody loved, the young man De Silva, or pardon me, Mangos to finish it early, and for good reason. He's nasty like that, but I just had a feeling that like I said, Mike and I talked about this late in the week. Just the old man, Radley De Silva. I just had a good feeling that he would do exactly what he did, which is just a little bit bigger, a little bit more physicality, a little bit more, wrestling prowess, and so on and so forth.
That was dirty.
Is that a headbutt? Was that a headbutt from Santana? That's an absolute fucking headbutt from Santana.
Right here.
Wow.
Why not we seeing the penalty here?
Good question.
Because Herzog likes it.
That's gonna bust the eye socket open.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this fight's gonna be over, I'm sure.
Dude.
I'm thinking so too.
That was a fucking clear and obvious. If you couldn't, that was a street fight. The dude fucking popped him with a headbutt. Jesus, look at this guy. All right,
why isn't Buapia should be declared the winner of this fight?
I disagree. It should be fucking Santana by KO.
Let's all just chill, boys. Let's take it on for another two minutes or so. Let's just chill. Let's just let it ride.
Jesus, I mean that's a headbutt, and it wasn't even a headbutt. It was the crown of the fucking head.
Look at Dana. Holy fucking shit! There's a contract.
Yep.
Dana likes it. Dana likes that dirty boxing. Wow. in all fairness, it wasn't enough to compromise the fight because as soon as he got hit with the headbutt, he was looking like, what happened? Did you see that? Did you guys see that headbutt? Like,
Yeah, I think it's a no contest, if anything. But I don't. I think.
So if I'm being,
the freshman will go on.
Okay, so that just opens a can of worms. If I'm struggling, maybe I just give the guy a headbutt. Maybe I can get out of this fight without having a loss.
That is
Ramon. I can appreciate that. Literally, yeah.
That is literally Mike's. That's his game plan. Just poke him in the eye, headbutt him, kick him in the nuts, etc.
I didn't even think about that.
I think he said, "Holy fucking shit!"
Yeah.
The translator's in there. Did you see the translator?
Santana wants to go.
That's my guy.
Here we go. Here we go, boys.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's attack that eye. KO this bitch.
Yep. Let's go, Santana.
Wow.
This is my bet, by the way. I do have some. I have some Santana and I have some over in this matchup.
Santana, no contest.
All right. What a bet. What a bet. Yeah, that'd be good.
I'm slim pickings on my betting options. That was not one of them.
No, I missed that one.
I do think the Frenchman, I mean, clearly more talented, but I think Santana's very, very tough. His tape is hilarious. He loves to just like put his hands to his hips and just like walk people down. He's just like a fucking bully. But yeah, I don't think the Frenchman is, especially good. Just give me an over. Over's fine. Dog would be great, but just give me an over.
Ramon, here comes the headbutt. Here comes the headbutt.
Ready to do it again here.
No, he's evening it up. Trying to get a little payback.
Trying to rain some elbows down on him here.
I've kind of fallen in love with overs. I don't know about you guys, but I find myself just thinking that over is just the value side is over.
Well, I mean, obviously, as you know, it depends on the price, but I think you get some of these.
Correct.
When they're wrestlers, of course, you know what I mean. They're gonna, even if it's a striker versus grappler or wrestler. The wrestler is always going to default if he's getting outstruck to that wrestling, and at that point, if he's the better wrestler, I agree with you. Obviously not if it's like a minus 260 or something like that, but
it just depends.
Yeah. Yep.
Everybody likes to bet unders, right? Everybody likes to bet violence, which good on them. I get it. But when you can find it, I think the value is on the over, and maybe it's not an over 2.5. A lot of times it's over 1.5, but just find it and bet it. And I think this is a great example right here. Maybe not a great example, because it required poking the guy in the eyeball and all that, but everybody wants to bet the under. Go over, just go over. Bait the public, that's my
final.
That is my strategy more often than not.
What do we have, Ramon Scott?
Yeah, 6-1. Reds beat the Phillies.
Under. Cashes.
Ramon, what do you have live in this fight?
Buafia minus 900.
Really?
I'm going to put this out there for that under in the Reds game. Ramon, who do we have for the number one commenter of the night? Ramon, you do a great job with this. I got to do better.
Yeah, we love the YouTube algorithm. It actually rates the quality of your, I don't know what would be, I think don't cuss, don't get put. Now, I will tell you this. Let me see here.
Don't cuss, man. It's going to be hard.
Don't. You can't cuss, but you leave a lot of comments, and we rank you. Well, YouTube ranks you based on that. Silent Rob's tossing ones like it's going out of style. AOD, did I miss something?
I think one, I think
he's putting a one in the chat.
Require you to do it. I bet it is a negative. Michael B, number 1, Stop Geo, number 2, Silent Rob, number 3 in there right now at the
Silent Rob. Those are amateur numbers.
How about that? And we also see it in there. Cedric, number 4, Redbeard, number 5, followed by, how about Room to Run, number 6.
Shout out to Room to Run.
Yeah. Nick Handy in there. Ignatius Pennyfeather, the 7th, also in the running. And also JD. And AUD. Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, I think we can all agree Silent Rob needs to beef it up a little bit. Those are amateur numbers.
Yeah.
I see my boy Hammer in there throwing a one. Hammer, I haven't heard much out of you tonight.
He was in there.
Neemius might low key be ahead. Neemius Santana in this round.
But in all fairness, thank you guys all for watching us here tonight. Tuesday nights, right? It's a little low key. We're gonna have more sports coming up, so there will be a lot more for us live betting. But nonetheless, Dana White Contender Series. We got Subhuman Gaucho back in the fold here. We got our man Ramon Scott's been running so hot, 9 a.m. Eastern. Where else are you going to be? You want the morning steam, the first looks out of Vegas to beat the books. You got my guy, MMA Jeff. Scumbag as he is, but he's here rocking and rolling with us, giving us action, you guys. Tuesday nights became the newest best night of the week. Cheers to everybody.
I was like going around like that as we're keeping rolling, but we do have the contract handouts from Dana White.
That'll be fun. Over under 5.5, boys. What do you think? Let's talk real quick.
Ramon, was that volume turned up when they're calling it? Yeah.
Yeah. We'll turn that fucker up. We didn't get struck for that last thing that we did there, Ramon. Whatever, I forgot what it was, but we played.
I think the reaction is good too on that.
Yeah.
But over under 5.5 contracts, Jeff. Over under. What do you say?
Under.
Ramon Scott, over under 5.5 contracts.
Oh, under easy there. I would take a max bet on that.
Subhuman Gaucho, tonight's performance, over under 5.5 contracts awarded. Say over under.
I'll go under.
Yeah, in fact, I would think actually that the line would probably be 4, or maybe even 3.
I'll go under. Papa Dana, he's stingy with this shit. I think all the winners deserve to be
3.5. Realistic.
I think.
Well, that's what I think.
That there's a chance that there's less than 5. For sure.
Redbeard's throwing up under 4.5 at plus 150, boys. Let's go around the horn real quick. Over under 4.5 at plus 150, Jeff. You take the over or the under?
Under.
Ramon Scott, over under 4.5. Unders plus 150.
I got to give Redbeard a lot of credit with that line. That's a beautiful line, actually. I mean, you really think 5 can get at that price? I got to go under.
Big, beautiful under.
Subhuman Gaucho, would you take the juice on the over 4.5, or would you take that under 4.5 and plus 150? Subhuman Gaucho.
Oh, Santana.
I'll go under. Yeah, I'll go ahead. Come on, name me. Knock this French pussy out.
Without seeing the end of this fight, but seeing the way it's going, I mean, I believe that tonight, I believe that De Silva does not get a contract here. And
no, I agree with you. He wasn't that big of dog to win that fight by decision and warrant. Yeah, I agree with you, Ramon.
I kind of think you guys are right, even though I bet on Radley De Silva. I think Mike, you bet on Radley De Silva too, right?
Yeah, fuck yeah. De Silva was my guy.
All right, so let's roll this. Let's roll this. Throw a 1 in the chat if you like the under 4.5. Throw a 2 in the chat if you like the over 4.5 contracts given tonight. Let's get some interaction from all you fine folks in the chat.
Silent Rob's going to go with the exacta. This has got to be what, 14-1 exacta, 2 contracts.
I like it though.
Because that rarely. I mean, I don't even know when the last time that happened. I mean, usually it is almost. Not saying it's an automatic win, you get a contract. That's not the case, but usually it's more than 4 out of every 5 winners are getting contracts over the last 3 seasons. It's 83%. I think I better get that stat right. They might show it on the screen too, but
yeah, I get it.
He's freshening the pot.
Usually it's 4. Sometimes it's been 5 because what's happened here is, as we've seen the transit. We say every time, right? They're cleaning house, they're getting rid of 5, whatever. So they end up having to give contracts sometimes. And even Dana says, "Hey, I'm going to give you a contract, but I need you to get out there and do it. Yeah, you got to get out there." And to be honest, I don't know what the reviews will be like, but I believe that this has been a poor start to the season. I think you'd want to see more. Don't set up. Maybe it's a good job. Maybe these are even fights. Don't set it up for some guy to win. But we have not seen great action here tonight.
All right, let me pose another question to everybody. So Silent Rob says exact score 2 contracts. Ignatius Pennyfeather says 3 contracts. Is there any fighter that you saw tonight that can be recirculated back into the end of like week 9 or 10, gets another shot in Dana White Contender Series? Is there any fighter tonight that you thought could circulate himself back, get another shot? It's 2 months, right? I mean, that's a reasonable opportunity for guys to go back and fight again. Jeff.
I would have to go.
It's a tough one.
I'm just looking through. I would think Mangos, and I hope he changes his game plan, but he's got to work on his striking. I guess that's who I would go with. But
all right, Ramon Scott, is there any fighter you think can circulate back into the fold before Dana White Contender Series is out, gets a second chance? I don't know if they do this or not, but I do think 2+ months, give a guy another shot. What do you think?
No, in fact, I just explained it on one of those previous fighters who fought twice previously. They do. They usually have 1 or 2 of these guys will have a second fight here a little bit. I would think it might be one of the winners. I would think it could be a guy like De Silva. I'm not sure De Silva did enough to get a contract here tonight, despite winning as an underdog, a slight underdog there, and even Panfarov. I wonder if he will get a contract again. I think Sursakayev and Miller are shoe-ins for a contract. The other 2 guys, I'm not so sure, and I'm not so sure about the winner of this fight, whoever it is. I mean, I guess it's Buafia. Right now, still in, I think it was minus 1,000 entering this round.
They're talking. We got 2 minutes.
Ignatius Pennyfeather says Drago sub. What do you think? Is there anybody that gets a chance to recirculate to the Dana White Contender Series?
Well, Mangos, you guys already mentioned it. I think Mangos is bound for the UFC. I think he's a great prospect. Amazing prospect, in fact. I had my biggest bet of the night was against him on Radley De Silva.
Fuck yeah.
Well, and the over, I had the over pretty big there too. Yeah, I kind of want to respectfully disagree with Ramon in some regard. I think it's fine. I think this was a fine 5-fight card. This fight, to end the night, kind of shit if we're gonna be honest. But the rest of the night I think was pretty good. I think it was pretty darn good in fact.
The thing about the first fight card, right? They have 10 weeks, so that's plenty of time. 2 months to get somebody back in there that hasn't worn a lot of damage that Dana White likes to get him back in circulation on the back end of this thing. There really hasn't been anybody that got really pieced up, right? I mean, across the board, some of these guys wore some damage, but a couple of weeks later, those scars will heal and they got an opportunity to go back and fight again. I don't know.
Would be great. I don't think he deserves it, but it would be great if my guy Santana stole this the late rounds. Yeah, put him back down. Put him back down. There we go.
Let him beat him like a drum for. Why would you?
Herzog's pained by that. He's like, wait a minute.
I mean, it's wild. Like Herzog, once upon a time, was very good. Lately, he's obviously like the worst to ever do it.
We've seen for 2 years when Herzog's in there, he likes maximum violence. You're going to earn your keep.
He doesn't know what he wants. He doesn't know what he wants. Herzog was the guy that stopped the fight between was it Derek Lewis and who was it? Derek Lewis and I'm sorry, I'm blanking. Brazilian fella. He stopped that one very early. But then on other occasions, he just he's.
Do you think Herzog stopped a fight early and he was like, oh my gosh, I won't do that again. I'll just let him go.
Well, the thing is, he let people die in the ring before that, and then he once upon a time he stopped one fight early, and now he's back to just letting people die in the ring. Die in the octagon, whatever you want to call it.
Was it?
Yeah, he was like a great referee once upon a time, and now he's the opposite.
Here we go.
3 rounds. We go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges score the contest 30-26, 29-27, and 29-27.
30-26. Wow.
Decision, Ilya Puapia.
I disagree with that.
30-26.
There
What
was
that?
There was a penalty in that fight. 1 point was.
Oh, okay.
I guess that I didn't see the penalty. I mean, I saw what happened, but I didn't see him take a
There
point.
was a one.
Okay. All
In
right.
that 10-8 round that you heard there, that you had that's why you had that seemed like a lopsided score, but Buapia is limping out of the cage a little bit.
Limps. Oh,
That leg kick.
Yeah,
I think got to him late in the third round there. I appreciate you, Michael B. Yeah, it wasn't the greatest card. Again, I was saying earlier, I was betting responsibly. I was taking a lot of dogs, a lot of plus money shots there.
That under 4.5 seems like it's screaming to me right now. And it's the first week. That's the downfall of the first week, right? They have 10 weeks of this. You got to go under 4.5 contracts awarded.
I said under 3.5. I was with Penny Feather at 3, exact 3.
I give this fucking scumbag a contract.
I think he will get one. I'm going to go with 3 for sure. Me for sure.
I'll be right back, boys.
Imagine Dana White's
Sursurkaya. Well, again,
Yep.
he can be, he can take some of these, look, the guy won a fight, and this is really what you're here for. So you can get away with just saying, sure, let's put him in. It's always a good story. You want these guys in here, but again, this is the guy off of the main event too, Buafia. So he was having a translator, but I think he understood the question. I don't know if he's speaking English right now, but
look how tall that fucking guy is. What's he got?
Yeah,
a foot over Lorisenko? That's a big motherfucker, dude. That guy gets some protein shakes in him and spends a little time getting ready for his first UFC fight. That guy's gonna fuck some shit up, dude. Ilian Bufaya. Look at him. Combat sports experience.
Happy to beat him. Lorisenko is, she's not growing as far as I know. I do have to log off, boys. I'll see you tomorrow night. Much love to everybody. Start of things to come. You got at least 9 weeks of this, right? Chin up. Love you guys, and see you soon.
Respect, appreciate you, Subhuman Gaucho. Thanks for him jumping in there on the main event. Some guys got to recharge the batteries. That is Sub, but he came back to give us his take on some of these main events. Ramon Scott. This guy's huge. Look at how fucking big this guy is.
No, I think you're more apt to get this contract. You're in the main event here. You took a blow like that. It wasn't a devastating blow, but like I said, did score a point there. So
Critical notice.
he kind of looks like what you want a guy to look at here. He's got some charisma too, so I think he'll get in. I'm not saying I think that is. I was not that that's what they consider, but I don't know. I think sometimes there's a little bit of that, and so I'm for sure on Buafia, on Miller, on Sursurkaya with contracts. I'm a little bit hesitant on the other two, but just the history of them getting the contracts, I believe one of the two will get it, Van Farrow or Da Silva, and just not sure which or if one or both could get one here. So I feel good about those other three, and the other two, I'm not so sure.
Interesting.
We saw the rankings from Cormier, previously kind of listing that same result. So not a surprise. I don't think there's any shocking things out here. So we do have Dana here. Going to go with the results here right now. First, they're talking about Panfarov here.
Okay.
Somebody turning it up?
Ramon.
I didn't know we could do it. I mean,
fucking volume.
Yeah.
No, we could.
Good news is you're 8-1. Get out there, win a couple more fights, and maybe we'll see you again. But next time when you show up at the Contender Series, you're gonna make me say I gotta have this guy. All right. Ty. Nope. Skip him. We're going to Ty. Ty, I saw a lot of great things from you tonight. You won all 3 rounds easily. You look good doing it. And I would actually love to see you get into the PI and get some work in down at the PI Congratulations. You're in the UFC.
Ty Miller, welcome to the UFC.
All right. This last fight, again, Santana thought it was 1993. Absolute deliberate headbutt to the face. And then some lunatic behind me was screaming and definitely talked Ilian into fighting and staying in there. But he didn't come in and fight. I mean, the guy literally, after the headbutt, he didn't do anything. And Santana did a lot of yelling. That's about it. For a guy who just, lost the point, I felt like, he should have come out and tried to finish the fight. He didn't do anything after the headbutt either. And the judge that had that thing 30-26, that's insane. I had to fight a draw. The fight was a draw. The fight was weird, and I'm not interested in either one of those guys. So go back to the drawing board, you two, and maybe we'll see you again.
Yep. I love Dana. I love the way that he breaks it down.
Yo, my guy. This guy, you made my Tuesday. There's no way you were going to be in the middle. We're saving the best for last, all right? You're 8-0. 7 first-round knockouts in under 4 minutes. You only have 2 fights. What is it? I wrote all this shit down. You only have 2 fights that have gone longer than 3 minutes. You took this on a week's notice. You're 24 years old, and you are an absolute killer. I love everything about you. I'm already talking. Mick's already going to put you in the UFC soon. So hopefully you don't have any little injuries or anything like that, because we're going to be seeing you very soon. And let me tell you what, I haven't been this excited about a guy in a very long time. I have very high hopes for you. Welcome to the UFC, and thank you for saving episode 1 of the Contender Series.
Bison versus Surkaya, welcome to the UFC. Bison versus Surkaya doesn't quite roll off the tongue the way that Joe Piper does, but I feel like the message was very similar tonight. What do you want to say to the guys who are coming on next week and the following week and the 9 weeks we have to look forward to?
Forget about me and the people that are watching. Don't waste your time. This is your opportunity. We only do this once a year. This is your time to shine. If you're coming here to the Contender Series and you don't know how this show works, don't even waste your time. Call the matchmakers and cancel your. You know what I mean? It's you know what we expect here. You know what we're looking for, and it didn't happen tonight. That's for sure. So, but it all worked out. I love this kid. I have really high hopes for this kid. This kid trains with Hamzat, and he reminds me of Hamzat. And he trains with Robbie Lawler, too, so that makes sense. Yeah.
Some good signings tonight. Dana, thank you so much.
All right, that's Silent Rob with the number 2.
Much, Laura. DC kind of like we expected, right? When you did
2 contracts.
Miller and Surkaya.
Shout out to our guy, Silent Rob. The exact number of 2.
Like I said, that doesn't very happen. But again, we saw a poor fight card. We really did. Guys that were, like Jeff said, guys who were afraid to win, afraid not to. Say it again. Afraid to lose.
Afraid not to lose.
Afraid not to lose. Afraid to win. I don't know what it was, but that's what it kind of came down to there. And you have Surkaya. He was the biggest favorite on the card, so he better do it, right?
I completely agree. Silent Rob, there is no money involved. However, we can roll something next week with maybe you get a free month on the winnable for whoever guesses the correct contracts. I don't know. We can figure something out. But congrats on the exact number of 2. I set the number at 3.5 under.
Oh, that under 4.5 at plus 150 was
That was a casher.
It was easy money.
No, it was a shit fight card, but it's the first fight card, and we got 9 more to go. So
let me squeeze this in real quick. 1.7 seconds left. Here's a shot by Indiana. The game is over and Dallas wins 81-80. Go ahead. Let's get it out of here. Good job, guys.
Let's talk for a moment, boys, about the winning efforts that you guys are putting in, that we're putting in here on the channel. We do want to give everybody the opportunity to support us. And that being said, you can do that over at Winnable. We've been doing nonstop cash, but the easiest mode is text alerts. Make sure you do sign up for those text alerts. Catch us at Winnable. It's your boy, Mikey Money. I'm inviting you to join the Sports Money crew on Winnable. Get all of our premium best bet selections.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work. You get the plays sent straight to your phone right when you need them.
Don't wait. Don't guess. Don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
NFL25 is the promo code. Don't miss out. Let me tell you this. They're charging an abundance of fees to get just an NFL package or an NBA package. We're offering you guys 6 months. Support the squad, man. We don't have big corporate companies writing checks. Use NFL25. Support us. Support Ramon Scott. Support MMA Jeff. Support me, Mikey Money, over on Winnable. Use NFL25. Dirt cheap. Economies of scale. It doesn't matter if you're a $5 better, a $10 better, a $1,000 better. We love you guys. We appreciate the support. Make sure you use NFL25 as that promo code. Let's go. Ramon Scott, tell them where they can find you.
Right here on the Sports Money Network. We'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. More morning steam. Get ready for a big week.
A big week is coming. MMA Jeff, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me at X, as you mentioned, MMA Jeff 19. We got First Strike coming out tomorrow. As Mike had mentioned, follow the Winnable. We went 7-2 over the weekend. 1-2 on Monday. We're looking at 1-0 tonight for the premium plays. Then we got the Saturday show, which we're always looking forward to. So, check me out. Sports Money, MMA Jeff 19 at X.
Whether you like low volume or high volume, it's over at Winnable. Support us. We appreciate you guys taking the time to join us here tonight. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button. NFL25. That's the promo code you need to get all our best bets, all our premium action. You'll get it right through the February Super Bowl. We appreciate everybody joining us here tonight. Hope you had a good time. We'll be back next week to do it again here for Dana White Contender Series. And you can find my man, Ramon Scott,